What's up everyone, my name is Darrel, and in this video I'm going to show you all how to create this professional, beautiful e-commerce website step by step. And you don't need to know a thing about coding or have any programming experience whatsoever. Everything in this tutorial is going to be quick, simple, and easy. Now if you guys have always wanted to learn how to create your own e-commerce website for the very first time and you're kind of tired of the runaround, then this tutorial is for you. Because by the end of this video, you're going to be able to create your own e-commerce website from scratch, and you're going to become a WordPress expert. Now, as you guys can see, this website is super clean. It's professional, and your visitors are going to be really happy about coming to such a great looking website with really modern designs that's also really easy to navigate. Now, if you look at this website, it will look very similar to big online retail stores like Victoria's Secret, Tilly's, and also PacSun. Now, we took direct inspiration from these companies and applied it to our own shop, so you guys can be certain that your shop is going to look really professional and really amazing. Now, it really inspires me to make these videos because I've actually had people who created their own online store and have started to make thousands of dollars watching my tutorials. So again, it really inspires me to make these videos because of people like that. And if you guys are really serious and you really want to build a clean and professional website that'll make you a ton of money, then keep watching, guys, because right now I'm about to give you a quick tour of this website and show you what we're going to be building in this e-commerce tutorial. So this is the website that we will be making today, and right here you guys can add in your own image. You guys can also change this color to whatever color you guys want. Here we can add in our favorite social media icons such as Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Here, we can go ahead and add in our logo. Now, if you guys don't have a logo, don't worry about it. I will give you a website where you guys can get a really clean logo. Now here, you guys can go ahead and add in as many buttons as you want, and you can link them to any part of your website. In fact, in this tutorial, you guys will be actually given a list of templates to help you guys with design and inspiration, because let's be honest, creating a website from scratch can be a little hard. But with this template library right here, you guys can simply grab a template and add it to your website to get some really good ideas and inspiration for your website. Now, with most other themes, they don't really have this, so this will make making your website very simple and very fast. So going back here, let's go ahead and scroll down. So here we have a banner section, and you guys can categorize your items. So for example, right here we have women's products, we have men's products, and we have shoes. So if you guys are selling multiple items, such as like a big store, you guys can categorize your items right here. That'll make it really easy for your visitors to navigate. And right here, we have a list of our products. Now guys, this is a really clean setup. In fact, you guys can actually list your products on sale. People can wish list it. People can also do a quick preview of it to see if this item's for them or not. Here we have a list of products. People can kind of scroll through the images right here. You can give a quick description of the product, and it'll also show people the category of the product. Here, people can go ahead and add this to the cart. And again, you guys can always change the color of add to cart or this right here. So you don't have to use these same exact colors. You guys can use any color that you guys want. So for example, right here, we click on add to cart. And now the products here are added to the cart on our website. And this is great because visitors can actually click on this, click on checkout, and have a very quick checkout process that will make you guys a ton of money. So let's go ahead and go back to the front page right here. I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down. So the next section is product categories. So again, this is just some more engagement and encouragement for your visitors to purchase products. So here we have women's products, we have men's products, and we have accessories. Now also in this tutorial, I will give you guys access to a large library of images to help you guys get started, because I know creating a website from scratch with no images can be a little tough. So I'll go ahead and give you guys some demo content. Next, we have sign up for newsletter. So this section right here will enable your visitors to sign up to your newsletter so you can start kind of gathering emails and even start your own email campaign. So it's really simple. Someone here can just simply type in their email, click on sign up, and then there you go. They are now stored in your database, and you can go ahead and send them coupons and advertisements for your websites. And again, it's a really clean contact form. It's really simple, and you can be sure that people will sign up for your newsletter on your website. Next, we have Instagram. Everyone out there loves Instagram, so I'm going to show you how you can import a live Instagram feed on your website. So here we have these pictures of these girls it's cute, it's sexy, it's it's encouraging, and it basically, kind of represents what your site is about. So I'm going to show you how you can have a live feed of Instagram on your website to help people kind of be encouraged to buy your products. Right here we have a blog section. So if you guys want to incorporate a blog on your website, this theme makes a super clean blog. So here we can kind of create articles that will encourage our visitors to buy products. So for example, right here, we have what's hot in summer. Now, if someone clicks on it, they can go ahead and read the article. You guys can see right here, it's a super clean article, really easy to navigate. And right here, people can go ahead and share it. They can also comment on it and all sorts of really fun stuff. So right here, let's go ahead and go back. And right here, we have our footer. So this is a really clean footer. It looks just like Victoria's Secrets, in fact. So here we have the About Us section. We have recent reviews where people can leave reviews for your products. We have a newsletter sign up, and we also have our Instagram feed right here at the bottom. And below that, we have a list of payment methods people can actually use to pay us on our websites. So right here, this little blue button right here, I'm gonna go ahead and click this and scroll all the way back up. And next, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys our shop page. Now, this is the shop that we'll be making today. And right here, you can add in any kind of image you want. You can also change this text to whatever text you would like. And you can even add in an overlay color of any color you'd like. Now, this right here is a slider. So people can actually slide through this to see any kind of promotions or any kind of sales you want to add for your e-commerce website. Now, scrolling down right here, we have a list of our products. Now, right here, I have a list of 12 products. And you can have as many products as you want for your shop page. So if you have 100 products, you can add 100 products. If you have 50, you can add in 50, however many products that you have. Now, if I hover over these products right here, you're gonna see a second image come up. So I'm gonna show you how you can incorporate this for your e-commerce websites. Now, also right here, we have this quick little banner letting people know our products are on sale. And also any new products that you have, it's going to display right here on your shop page. Your visitors can also click on this little add to wish list so they can, kind of come back next time to see if that product, if they want to buy it later or not. Now, also we can click on this quick view preview. So here they can kind of, navigate our site. Very simple, very easy. And again, they can go ahead and set a quantity amount and add it to the carts. Now, right here, we have the option of sorting by popularity, by average rating, or by newness, or from prices from low to high. On the left side right here, we have a widget box right here. So this is where all the widgets are, where we can add different various features for our e-commerce websites. So for example, right here, people can search for certain products. They can filter by price. So if you have visitors that are on a budget, they can filter by price right here. And also right here, we have recent reviews, and we have recently viewed products. And then also we have product categories. So let's say, for example, your visitors only want to see women's products. They can click on women's, and all the products for women's are going to be displayed on your page, making it very easy to navigate and very simple. Now, I also want to talk about what kind of products that we'll be making today in this e-commerce tutorial. So the first product we'll be making today is a simple product. So let me give you an example. Now, this is a simple product. So you'll be able to add description for your product right here. You can add in as many images as you want for your simple product, such as angles, or various other things you want to talk about or show. Scrolling down here, we have a wish list section where people can actually browse their wish list. Here, it also shows people what kind of category it's in, and your visitors can actually share this product to any of their favorite social media websites to tell their friends, hey, I found this really cool shirt. Go ahead and check it out. It's on this website I found. Also right here, this can actually zoom in on the product to give people a better perspective of the image. And again, right here, people can search through it and check it out. Now, scrolling down here, we have some more product description where you can add in, a little bit more about your product in detail. You can also see the reviews people have left your product. You'll be able to enable this or disable this depending on what you want for your e-commerce website. And right here, we have related products. So let's say, for example, we want to show people products that are related to this product. I'm going to show you how you can incorporate this on your website as well. Now, scrolling back up right here. So this is a simple product. There are no variables for it. It just offers the add to cart option. Now, also, I'm going to show you what a variable product is. So let's say you have products that you want to sell that have different variables. such as size, color, or something else. So right here, you guys can see we can select a medium shirt that's blue, and people can check directly on your website. Also, if you have like a different variable color, you can basically display it right there. Also, you can actually add videos to your product. So right here, if I hover over this video section and click on video, a box will pop up right here, and you can actually display a YouTube video, or you can link them to any other link that you want to show them what your product is more about in detail. So that was pretty cool. So scrolling down here, again, we have the same thing. We have our wish list, we have social media icons, we have a quick description of it, and it's very simple to navigate, guys. So let's go ahead and scroll back up. Now, another really cool thing I want to show you all is the quick buy feature. So let's say, for example, your visitors are on your website and they want to purchase a product. They can actually skip checkout and buy the product immediately and pay you right away. So right here, if I click on this buy now right here, you can see this little pop-up right here that will basically tell people, click on pay, and it'll pay instantly, making checkout very fast and very convenient for your visitors. Now, I'm actually going to purchase something right now to show you all that this is a live e-commerce website, and anyone can come to this website and purchase our product. So right here, I'm going to click on add to cart. Right here, we have this really cool user-friendly interface. I'm going to click on, we'll click on view the cart first. We can see our checkout. And also right here, I'm going to show you how you can decorate your checkout page. There's various ways you can make it look. So if you want to achieve a certain look, I'm going to show you how you can add that on your website. Here we have shipping and tax. I'll talk all about shipping and tax in this tutorial as well. And here we can actually add in a coupon code for our website. We can give any kind of discount we want. We can give any dollar amount discount we want as well. So here I'm gonna go to proceed to checkout. And right here, your visitors can put all their information, such as like their town, their zip code, their phone, and their email address. They can pay with PayPal or credit card, and they can check out directly on your website. Also right here, people can actually sign up for their newsletter, and you can also have the option to ship to a different address, but I don't want that right now. And then also right here, people can actually leave notes about it saying, hey, I need this by a certain day, or whatever they want to talk about. So right here, I'm entering my secret credit card number, and I'm going to go ahead and place the order. Now, your visitors are going to see the same exact checkout process, so it's very simple and easy to navigate. And right now, the order was complete, and you have just made money, so congratulations. So this right here is an automated process which makes checkout really fast for both you and also your visitors. Now you will also receive an email that looks just like this right here, where it will let you know if a new customer order has been purchased on your website. Now your customer will also receive the same email notifying them and giving them a purchase receipt as well. So here we have a new customer order, and we can change this color to any color you would like. And we can also add in the logo to let you know that it's from your store, and also them to let them know where they purchased it from as well. So here we have the product that was purchased. We have a fashion sweater, 2 was purchased, and we made $200. And right here we have the billing address and also the shipping address. So for example, if the customer wants it shipped to a certain address, it will display right here in your email. So again, guys, it's a really professional website that's really easy to navigate. And I also want to show you that your customers will also have their own personal portal. So right here, I'm gonna go to my account and go to my dashboard. So this is the portal that your customers will have. And here they can look at their orders, their downloads, their address, their wish list, and they can also update their payment methods. So here they can go ahead and go explore through these tabs. So for example, right here, we have the orders, we have the downloads, we have the addresses, account details, etc., payment methods. And you can also add in really cool things in their portal, like advertisements or just recent promotions. So here it says, take the time to join our Facebook group. You can go ahead and add in an icon. I'll show you how to link your personal Facebook group or your fan page or whatever you want to link them. And below that, we have an advertisement for newest products. And it's a really cool, hip way to display your products. So here we have this little cool slider. So again, your customers will have their own personal account on your e-commerce websites. Next, I want to talk about our shop page. So let's say, for example, you want to talk about your company, just to let them know how you got started or, where you're from, etc. I'll show you how you can design your own About Us page to let your customers know about you and your website as well. So here I just added in some text. I added in this cool image with these social media icons as well. And below that we have our footer again. And over here we have our blog section. So again, I talked about the blog earlier. You can actually design a specific blog page where people can actually share this to their favorite various social media networks, such as Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus, or LinkedIn. And here you can go ahead and see the articles and you can read about it. You can also leave a comment about it as well. Lastly, we have our Contact Us page. So for example, if your customer has an inquiry about your product and kind of just wants to know a little bit more about your product in detail, I'm going to show you how you can create this beautiful contact form where they could put their name, their email, their subject, send you a message, and it will go directly to your inbox in your email. So if you're finally ready to learn how to create e-commerce websites and you really want to start selling products online, then keep watching, guys, because this tutorial, I guarantee you by the end of today, you will have a fully functional e-commerce website that you can manage and control that also looks professional and amazing. So let's go ahead now and get started with this e-commerce tutorial. So I'm going to make this very simple. The first thing we're going to do is get our domain and hosting. And my link will actually provide you all with a 60% discount off your hosting. So for example, your ecommercewebsite.com. After that, we are going to install WordPress. Next, we are going to purchase and install the #1 rated e-commerce theme, which is called the Flatsome theme. And then we're going to design our e-commerce website, and it is going to be fun and easy. Now there is a link in the description of this video. It will take you to a page that looks just like this right here. Now this is Siteground.com, and the reason why I choose Siteground.com is because I actually tested them against 9 other competitors, and these guys came out as #1 for the most reliable and also the fastest hosting. And I personally use this servers on my website, darrelwilson.com. So I know they're reputable and they're really, really good. So we have 3 plans right here. We have the startup, we have the grow big, and the go geek. Now, in all my tutorials, I always recommend the Grow Big because with the Grow Big, you actually get unlimited domains hosted rather than just a single domain. So that is a pretty, it's a pretty big difference. So generally, you'd probably want to go with the Grow Big campaign. So right here, I'm gonna click on Order. Now go ahead and type in your domain. So, you know, your e-commerce website or whatever you want to put. So I'm gonna put, you know, just ecommercetutorial.com. And then right here, I'm gonna have this checked because of course I wanna register this domain. And right here, I'm gonna click on Proceed. Now, if it's not available, it'll give you like a little sign saying, hey, it's not available. If it is available, it'll just bring you to this page right here where it says congratulations. So right here, this is where you're gonna put in your account information. So of course, you're gonna put your email, you're gonna put your password, confirm your password, and your social security number. I'm just kidding. Don't give them your social. I'm just joking. So right here, your state, and then right here, whatever you're from, you'd put that information in. You can pay with credit card, and you can put in all your, you know, delicious information right here. Now we do have other services that I do want to talk about. So as you're purchasing this plan, you might want to consider some of these. So first, I would recommend the 12 months because with 12 months, you actually get the $24 fee waived. And remember, guys, you always have a 30-day money-back guarantee. You know, all these companies are very genuine, and they really know that they can win your business because it's a very good service, and I can vouch for them. It's a very good service. So I recommend 12 months. That'll give you enough time to decide if it's for you or not. And right here, we have extra services. So we have domain registration, which we sign up for, domain privacy. So this will protect your personal information from when someone tries to whois you on certain domains. Now, I recommend this service, guys, because if you don't get this, you're going to get people who are going to be calling you, like, and then you're going to get spam email from people claiming to be from, you know, hosting services that are going to try to sell you stuff, and it's just a nightmare. So just get the domain privacy. And also the Siteground site scanner. I would definitely get this because for 20 bucks a year, you can get someone that will check your website every single day and notify you if there's any malicious or any Trojans or any, you know, malicious viruses that have been injected in your website. So I personally recommend it, but you don't have to get it. It's strictly up to you. And once you're done with that, you know, you can check those and then, you know, read through your terms of service. I'm sure everyone that's watched this tutorial always reads through all of these, but you know, it's there. So it's, you know, it's there. So, and then after you're done with that, you're gonna click on Pay Now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and meet you guys on the next page, and we're gonna go into the customer portal because I personally use this service. So I'm gonna guide you on where to go from there. All right, so this is the Siteground dashboard. So this is basically where all the magic happens. And congratulations on your new domain, by the way. Congratulations, that is the first big step in this tutorial. So if you guys want to go ahead and browse around here, you guys can go like add services. You guys can do like referral deals if you want to like tell a friend. You can check out your billing information here. You can also leave support tickets, and you can also call them and also email them as well. So they have a really good support team. And this is the account section. So you guys can see right here, I have cloud hosting with Siteground on my website, darrelwilson.com. And you know guys, I would never recommend a product I didn't use. Every single product that I recommend, I have used it or I'm currently using it. You know, I'm not those people who are like, oh yeah, go buy that. And then of course, like they don't have it, but they just tell you to buy it. And every product that I have, I've tested it. I know it's very good. So this is your dashboard. Again, you guys can always, you know, add domains in here or whatever you want. But let's go ahead now and install WordPress. So right here, I'm gonna go to My Accounts. And these right here are your hosting plans. So right here, I'm gonna select Manage Account, and it's gonna be different for you, obviously. It's gonna be like a different name. And right here, I'm gonna go to cPanel. Now also, if you guys have trouble and something just doesn't work out, you guys can always call them and they can do everything for you, which is really cool of Siteground. But I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's really quick, so it'll be really fast. So right here, click on WordPress. And then scrolling down, right here, I'm gonna click on Install Now. All right, so right here, choose protocol, HTTPS, of course, because we have free SSLs here at Siteground. You know, unlike other hosting where you have to pay for it, you get a free SSL with Siteground. So I have tons of domains, and I'm gonna go ahead and select the domain that I'm using for this tutorial. So it's gonna be, there it is, wpflatsome.com, okay? And right here, make sure there is nothing there, guys, okay? You know, for reseller hosting, you'd put something there, but for most of us, make sure there is nothing there. For the site name, just put like e-commerce website or something. You can always change this later in the theme customizer, which we'll learn more about. E-commerce tutorial. And site description, I'm gonna put my dog, Paddywhack. Okay, so admin username right here, make sure you put a legitimate username and remember to write this down. So for example, I'm just gonna put Paddywhack. And then right here, just go ahead and do like a quick password, something, you know, where you can, you know, whatever password you use, you know, you can do it. I'm just gonna put something like, I don't know, put Paddywhack1. And then right here, go ahead and put in your email address, not this one, put in another email address. So like your email address, so I'm gonna put like pchoarder@gmail.com. And right here, you can choose a language. And I think we've had the debate before, but apparently it's not Mandarin, it's Chinese. So you know, thanks for clearing that up. A few viewers emailed me because I've always debated Chinese with Mandarin, but apparently Chinese, I guess, is the correct pronunciation, not Mandarin. These right here, you don't really need to select these. These are just plugins. We'll learn more about plugins a little bit later. Choose the theme, no, and we're right here, we're gonna go to install. You ready? All right, install. So right now we're basically installing WordPress onto our domain, which basically allows us to create our websites with like a drag and drop builder, like, you know, copying and pasting text, no coding, no PHP, nothing. And WordPress is by far the #1 most popular platform on the internet. You know, it controls actually 1/3 of the internet, which is a very, very large amount. So right here, I'm gonna click on this right here. So your domain -wp admin. Click right there. All right, and this is the dashboard. So basically we are inside the website now. Now, if you wanna see how your website really looks, right here, you can click on Visit Site up here. And this is the website. It is using a really old, bad theme that we are not gonna use. So this is one of the themes they have, but we're actually gonna use a theme that's designed for e-commerce. So really quickly, let me just kind of show you guys around really quick so you guys understand everything. I'm gonna go ahead and close these. So right here, this one I'm gonna close. I don't really need all this. A lot of this is just like spam or whatever. We don't really need it. So right here, under our settings, I'm gonna go to general. And this is where you can always change your email address here. You know, you can put your general settings like we talked about, e-commerce tutorial. Right here we have Paddywhack. Scrolling down here, you can change the time and all this good stuff. So if you wanna like change your basic settings, you are more than welcome to do that. Now, one more thing, I'm gonna go to, we're gonna go down to permalinks next. So under the settings, I want you guys to go to permalinks. Now right here, I want you guys to click on post name. Now I'm gonna explain why we do this. So in SEO, you know, the world of SEO, you want your website like yourwebsite.com-shop, right? Not 20802 blah 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 blah. So we want to make sure that this is on our post name because this is the correct permalink, and this is basically good for SEO, and it'll help your website get indexed by search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. All right. So right here, I'm gonna go to Save Changes, and lastly, one last thing, right here under Users, click on All Users, and you're gonna find your name right there. So click on Edit. Now, if you want to like kind of, you know, customize this stuff, you are more than welcome to do that. I think we're gonna go for midnight. I think midnight's good. And if you ever want to change your password in the future, you're gonna do that actually right here. So right here, generate password. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and say, okay, I want to go ahead and use this password. I want to click on Update the profile. So if you ever want to change your password in the future, that is exactly where you do it. Okay. So that was pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy. So again, this is just like the basic dashboard of WordPress. It's pretty simple. Like here's your posts, your pages, and all this stuff. We're gonna go through everything, guys. So you guys are gonna be able to see this screen and know exactly what to do. You guys are gonna be professionals, okay? So the next thing we're gonna do, guys, is we are going to purchase the Flatsome theme. Now there is also a link in the description of this video. It will take you to a page to purchase the Flatsome theme. So this is the page you'll be brought to. Now this is the Flatsome theme, and it is the #1 best-selling WooCommerce theme for WordPress. Now the reason why it's #1 is not just because it has like 5-star reviews everywhere, it's because it allows you to really customize your shop, and it focuses more on e-commerce. A lot of the WordPress themes that I've used in the past and that I've kind of tinkered around with, a lot of them, you know, they're capable of using WooCommerce, but they're not designed for it. So this is specifically designed for WooCommerce and e-commerce, so it'll really help you out with your online store. And there are tons of just great things about this page builder that I'm going to show you all. Like it has a lot of templates. It's drag and drop. You just simply drag stuff in, and it's really simple to use. So I personally have this on my website that I'm using, and I use it for a lot of client websites. So right here, you'll have to click on Buy Now or Add to Cart. Now I have already purchased this same theme. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account, and then I'm going to basically show you guys where you guys can download it. So I've signed into my account right here, and I'm going to go to my downloads. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down right here. And this is the theme that you're going to purchase, the Flatsome multi-purpose responsive WooCommerce theme. So right here, just click on download. And right here, you guys can actually look at your purchase code. But for right now, just click on install WordPress file only. Now, if you guys need your code right here, you can go ahead and download it. And then you can go ahead and open it and take a look at your code that you can actually use to register it. So you'll get updates and support for your WordPress theme. And I think by default, you get like, I think 6 months or a year of support for your theme. And if you want to extend it, you can just click on extend now. It's only like, I think it's like 20 bucks for another like 6 months. It's really, really well priced. So it's a very good deal. So right here, I'm gonna go back to my domain up here. And right here under appearance, I'm gonna click on themes. Now we're going to upload that specific theme. So right here, I'm gonna click on add new. Upload theme, choose the file, and I'm simply going to go ahead and select the Flatsome theme right here. So Flatsome, and click on open. And click on install now. So now what we're doing is we are installing the theme onto our website. All right, so the Flatsome theme has finished uploading. Right here, I'm going to click on activate. And this is really cool. So right now you'll be brought to like a wizard. And this basically like helps you with your WordPress theme and also with settings. So right here, let's click on Let's Go. Right here, this is where you're going to enter your purchase code. So just like we talked about earlier, where you had that little file you downloaded with your purchase code on it, you can go ahead and copy and paste it and put it right here. For now, I'm going to go ahead and skip this step because this is a test domain. So right here, skip this step. And then right here, we have the option to do a Flatsome child theme. Now, if you're not a developer, you don't need to worry about this. So most of you don't really need to mess around with this, not unless you are a developer and you're making websites for certain people. So for now, I'm going to click on skip this step. Plugins. So we have some plugins that it's actually asking us to install. Now, we're not actually going to install all these plugins. So we're not going to install half of these. The only ones that we really want to install is Contact Form 7 and maybe the Wishlist one right here. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and click on skip this step. because these plugins actually are a little outdated and don't work properly. And I know that because I've used and tested them. And I'm gonna give you actually a better plugin to install than some of these ones. So these basically give you the ability to have a social login. So you'll be able to do that on your website. I'm sure you've seen social login on a bunch of different websites. Right here it says install demo content. Do not do this. This is a total waste of time. So right here, click on skip this step. They're basically gonna give you a bunch of demos with empty blocks everywhere, and they're gonna import all this like just stuff on your site, and it just takes up all this space, and you're not going to even need it because I mean it's not needed. We're going to do this all by scratch, so you guys know how to do it instead of relying on any of this demo content. They don't even give you the images, so it's really not even worth it. So right here is where you want to upload your logo, and we will talk more about logos a little bit later. And also right here is asking us for a preset. Do not do nothing because we are actually going to do this by ourselves. So right here, I'm click on skip this step. And right here, it's asking us for help and support. So if you guys want to, look over this, you guys are more than welcome to. But for those of you who just want to get this done, just click on agree and continue, and voila, we are all done. And right here, it's saying you can join their Facebook group if you want. I don't use Facebook too much. I think I'm getting tired of social media. Right here, you click on visit your new website. All right, so this is what you'll be brought to, and it doesn't look good at all. It doesn't, but not to worry. It's gonna look really, really good, and it's gonna look amazing. Now, before we continue, let's go ahead and take a look at our progress. So we've already got our domain and hosting done. Congratulations. After that, we installed WordPress. After that, we have purchased and installed the Flatsome theme, and now we're gonna go ahead and create our amazing e-commerce website. So let's go ahead and go back to the tutorial, and you're about to this page. So let's go ahead now and get started. Let's go ahead now and actually install some plugins and some pages, and let's start learning how to use WordPress. So in this section, we're gonna learn how to create some pages. I'm also gonna show you how you can create a menu, and then I'm gonna show you how we can design the website. So first, let's go ahead and make some pages. So to do that, we can go over here to plus new and click on page. Alternatively, you can do it through your dashboard. So right here in our pages, you can go to add new. And we're just gonna go ahead and make some pages right here. So this is gonna be our home page, and click on publish. Now I do wanna note something. If you guys like that full width style, kind of like I have it right here, you would change your page attribute template right here to full width. If you guys kind of want that box look, like you've seen in some of their demos, you guys can leave it as default template. So right here, I'm gonna click on full width, and make sure I click on update. All right, and then right here again, I'm gonna go to add new, and I'm gonna go to about. So we're making our about us page. And then here, same thing, full of template. And lastly, we're gonna create our contact us page. Now the other pages, such as the shop page and everything else, they're gonna be automatically created for us when we activate the WooCommerce plugin, which is basically the plugin that gives us the ability to sell online. So right here, I'll do contact us, and then right here, full width. Oh yeah, I just saw Black Panther today. It was pretty good. I gave it like a 70, I gave it an 80%. Black Panther 80%, good movie. Anyways, so right here, we have the pages. Now we need to make this basically, we need to assign it to a menu. So if you go to our website right here and go to visit sites, we don't have a menu right here. So we don't have like the home, the about, etc. So let's go ahead and create a menu for it. So right here, under dashboard, we're gonna go down to appearance and go to menus. And just go ahead and give your menu a name. So I always do menu one. Menu one. You guys can see I do it quite often. Menu one. And then right here we have our pages. Now if you wanna see all the pages, click on view all. So right here we have home, about us, contact us, and we have another home page. Just go ahead and add them both. I'm gonna explain why there's two. So right here, add to menu. Now by default, WordPress creates a home page with a custom link. So we don't want a custom link. A custom link is something where you can basically put in a title like here, like our SoundCloud or something, and then you'd put in like your SoundCloud address right here. You can put in anything. So you're basically just creating a menu item and a link to anywhere you want. But I don't want to do that. But that's basically what a custom link is. So right here you can create them. But we'll talk more about that a little bit later. So right here I'm gonna go ahead and say, all right, the first one I want to do home, about us, and contact us. And I want to make this a main menu and click on save menu. So right here is basically where all your menu settings are. So if you ever want to change something on your menu, this is generally where you're going to do it. So for example, let's say you want to have a drop-down menu. So first, before I show you that, I'm going to go to Visit Sites and show you now that our menu now is activated. So we have Home, About Us, and Contact Us. Now, if you want like a drop-down menu, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. Right here under the dashboard section, you can just click on menus to make it, it's like a shortcut section. And right here, I want to take this and drag it and have About Us as a sub-menu. If I click on Save Menu and go ahead and visit the site again, you're going to see that if I hover over it, it's now going to have the About Us. If I click on it, it's going to take us to the About Us page. Of course, there's nothing there. So that's basically why there's nothing available there. So I'm going to go back and change that really quick. Just giving you guys an example. They also have like posts and categories and custom links that you can add. Like for example, you just click on Add to Menu and add it. It's pretty simple. For your posts, when we talk about blogs, I'll talk more about that, how you can have it to your menu, and also product categories. When we talk about product categories, I'll show you how to do that as well. So right here, I'm gonna say, no, I want this there, and I'm gonna click on Save Menu. Okay, and then right here again, we can click on Visit Sites, and then voila, so Home, About Us, Contact Us. Now we need to assign our home page as our primary page. So when someone visits your website, what page do you want them to go to? So right here under our Customize section, you can click on Customize. And this is basically the theme customizer. So in WordPress, guys, every theme has a specific theme customizer with their different specific options and everyone's specific settings. So depending on the theme that you use, every customizer is different. So for ours right here, we have homepage settings, and we want to display our homepage as a static page, and we're going to select this homepage as a homepage. Pretty simple. Hope you guys are with me so far. Pretty, self-explanatory. That was probably the most complicated thing with a static page. So now our site is gone because we have nothing for our homepage. So we're gonna go ahead and create, stuff on our homepage. So right here, click on Edit with UX Builder. All right, so now we're at our home page. So now we're designing our home page, and they have tons of templates you guys can use, but I personally wouldn't use any of these because a lot of the times these modules are designed specifically for certain images, and I want you guys to kind of understand how this page builder works and kind of like, learn it. So let's go ahead and get started. So right here under Add to Content, now we have a bunch of different layouts right here. So they have different layouts, they have different content, and they have a bunch of different widgets and modules you guys can use. So for example, if you want to add a Google Maps, you would click on Google Maps, you can add it right here. If you want to click on like a search box, you can add it right here. If you guys want to do like a an icon box, etc. So they have a bunch of different little modules that we can use. But I want to actually give you guys a quick preview of the Flatsome Studio, which is probably the most impressive thing about this WordPress theme. So right here, click on Flatsome Studio. And guys, they have tons of pre-designed templates. So remember earlier how I kind of talked about how you don't have to design everything from scratch and do everything like other WordPress themes. This Flatsome Studio is going to save you a ton of time because they have literally covered everything. So they basically have all of these demos and templates out here, and you don't have to specifically use theirs, but you can kind of get ideas and inspiration from a lot of their layouts. So right here, they have a full width layout. They have another one right here, another one right here, and you guys can just click on Import and simply just go ahead and upload it to your website. Now you guys can also click on Preview right here, and it'll give you an example of what your website will look like. So if I click on Preview, you guys can see now, this is all, looks really, really amazing. So if you guys want to add something like that, you guys can mess around with that. But I'll go ahead and add in one, and then I'll basically show you guys how to get rid of it just in case you guys want to delete it, which probably some of you are going to have a lot of fun doing trial and error. So let me give you an example. I'm going to click on eCommerce right here, and I'm just going to simply select one. Now you guys don't have to follow me here. I'm just doing this just for tutorial purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and select something like, I will select something very simple like this right here. Or we'll do this one. We'll import this one. All right, and I want to import the images as well. And I'm going to click on Start. So now it's basically importing that layout. All right, and right here I'm going to click on Update. So Update, guys, is like saving. So whenever you do something, make sure that you click on Update and save your changes. So I want to see how this actually looks on our website right now. So clicking on this X feature right here, this is exactly how our website looks right now. So you guys can see it already looks amazing, you know, so it's pretty amazing. So the layouts are really simple, really fast, and amazing. And that's why Flatsome is probably the #1 selling WooCommerce theme out there. But let's just say, for example, it's like, you know what, this isn't working for me. You know, I just don't like this. Right here on our edit page, I want to click on edit with UX Builder. And guys, the UX Builder is what we use to basically design the website with. So right here, I'm gonna click on this gear icon and say, you know what, I liked it, it was cool, but I'm just gonna go ahead and click on clear right here and say, you know what, let's try something else. And that will basically get rid of the entire page. And right here, click on apply and update. So remember, don't forget to click on update, guys, because if you guys do not do that, it won't save, okay? But let's just go ahead and kind of learn how to use the page builder itself. So I've shown you basically a little bit about their Flatsome Studio, but let's just say you want to go ahead and, you know, add in something like a slider or something else. Let's go ahead and get started. So right here, I'm gonna click on slider. And right here, we have different options for the slider. So we have like, you know, draggable or background color, etc. But what I want to do right here is add some slides. So right here, I'm gonna click on plus, and I want to add in a banner. So now you can add in a banner, an image, a logo, etc. But right here, I'm gonna click on banner. All right, so this is basically our banner within the slider, okay? So remember, the slider setting just controls the actual slider settings. The banner is like the actual appearance of everything. So the banner is basically your slider. So right here, you guys can kind of select different sort of presets. And guys, these guys have done an amazing job at doing this because, you know, I've been doing web design for a while, and the fact is they have this whole inline template of library stuff is just so incredibly amazing. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm gonna say, you know what? I think this one right here is pretty cool. I like this one right here. I'm gonna click on apply. Now guys, there is a link in the description for demo images. So if you guys choose to use the demo images, you guys can use those to follow along. If not, don't worry, I'm gonna give you a few websites where you guys can actually get some free images for your website. So right here we have like different options right here. Right here we control the height. So if you want like a full width, you can do a full width. And alternatively, you guys can kind of change how this looks by just dragging it like that. You guys can also click on their presets of their heights. Okay. So right here, I'm gonna do something like, I'm just gonna leave it as like a regular, or I'm just gonna do 16.9. 16.9 is good. And then right here, we have the admin label. So basically the admin label, guys, is just titling it. So I'm gonna put girl right here because I'm gonna add a girl picture. So if I'm editing later, I kind of wanna know what I'm editing. So I'm gonna put in girl. We have the height right here, the slide effect. So the slide effect is basically the animation while the image is there. Now you can't see it right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and just type in something like zoom out. And it's gonna look like this right now, but once I add the background image and I exit out, you guys are gonna see what it's actually doing. So right here, I'm click on image, and I'm gonna click on upload files, and I'm gonna go ahead and upload my files now, and you guys are more than welcome to upload those. See right here, images for tutorial, and I'm just gonna go ahead and upload these. Now, there's some websites I want you guys to go to. So Unsplash is great. You guys can go to unsplash.com and type in something like night sky or something. They have tons of amazing high resolution images you guys can use. Also, Pixels is really good. I'll put all these websites, guys, in the description of this video because I know it's kind of hard to, you know, find free images, and this site is also amazing for images. And I think the actual image I used is here somewhere. I put girl. Where is she? Where is she? She's hiding. Let's see, it was like oh, there it is. See, this one right here. That's the one I used. Also, you guys can use FreePic. FreePic is also a very good website. This site is alternatively more for like mock-ups and stuff, but they have some really cool stuff you guys can use. And you know, we'll talk more about like editing images when we talk about logos and stuff. But this is another website you guys can use as well. Pixabay is another one, and yeah, I think those are really good. So I'll leave some websites for you guys in the description of this video to help you guys out. But I want to go ahead and say, you know what? I want to go ahead and grab this one right here, and I'm gonna click on use this image. All right, so I have this girl. Now we can't really see her. We can't see the text too well. And the great part about this theme is that we can add in an overlay. So right here we have size, color, and overlay. Now, I don't want to put a color because I'm adding a background image, so the color really won't apply. The size, I always want to leave it as original. Whenever I make it bigger or like smaller, it kind of comes out a little pixelated and it doesn't work out for me. So I want to do original. Now right here under overlay, I'm going to click on this blue section right here. And right here, I'm going to take this and slightly bring it to the left. and it's gonna kind of create that overlay right there. So now you guys can see the image looks great, and also that we can see the text right here. So it's not fully white, we can kind of see it. So that's why the overlay is amazing. And you guys can change the color of it, to anything that you want, whatever kind of color you want to use. But I just kind of want to use that same blue color. So right here, again, click on that and simply drag it down right there. Okay. And another really cool thing, guys, is let's just say you don't like these positions. Now, you can always do something like, we'll talk about margin and padding. But you can just click on this little gear icon and kind of just move it around to however you want. So, the inline editing is just amazing. This is just so cool. You guys can do this because with other themes, you have to manually type in the padding and type in where you want it with the padding and the margin. But here you can just drag it to wherever you want it. As long as it's within the square. So that's pretty amazing. So let's go ahead and go down right here. We talked about position. So the position is basically where you want to put it, such as this section right here. We can kind of say, where do I want to emphasize the image? Where do I want to emphasize it more? So we can kind of like put it right there, but I just want to leave it as something like standard. So for the position, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that blank because I like where it is, but that's where the position is. And also hover. So if you hover over it, what do you want it to do? So right here, you can see the hover option. It's blurring. There, we'll do something else like grow or glow. Well, that's cool, huh? So she's glowing now. She's glowing. And then we have like an overlay. You can add an overlay color to it. So you see now the blue's coming in. And, you can add an overlay and other stuff. So these are pretty self-explanatory, guys, like blur, fade in, glow. It's just really what you want. So I'm just going to say, I'm just going to do none. I don't want anything else. I just want to keep it same. You can also add a parallax effect to this. So the parallax effects, guys, what it does is that, see how it kind of creates that illusion that the image is sitting still and we're kind of like following. So you guys can add a parallax effect to your website. Now you guys can't see it really well right now because we don't have any more content at the bottom right here, but we'll go ahead and add in content in just a second. And also a really cool feature I want to talk about is the effects. So here I'm gonna go and say, I don't want any parallax, no parallax. So the effects, we can have it snow, we can have it confetti. And this is a great idea if you're like doing like a sales page or something. I mean, this right here is beautiful. This is a perfect professional landing page that will probably generate you a ton of money because people come here and say, oh my gosh, this girl's happy. There's this stuff. I don't know what it is. I want to go ahead and buy it. That's kind of how it works in the world of web design. And then you can have sliding glass. You guys can have sparkle. You guys can also do something like rain. But this is terrible. I wouldn't do this. It's making my eyes bleed. I don't like that. But the confetti is great. Everything else is good. So right here, I'm going to do no effect. Really quickly, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about border. Now, the borders I usually don't like, but just for tutorial purposes, I'm going to explain what they are. So for example, let's say we have, let's just add in some border right here. So we're going to add 20. We'll add, let's see, maybe, we'll add in 10. We'll add in 10. 10, 10, 10, and then 10. So you guys can see right here, we have this kind of border around our image. Now, the only thing I kind of like that we can do is right here under style, we can kind of like change how the border looks. So now we have these little rivets and then we can have dotted. So essentially you can kind of, decorate it with the border. And I kind of like that look because it looks pretty cool. Now the margin is something where does it start from? So right here, let's say then we'll put 50. So now basically it's starting from 50 pixels. So 50 pixels, it's gonna start right here. And we can do the same thing right here, and right here, and right here. So basically, it's basically saying I want it to start from a certain position. So I want it to start from 50 pixels from the top, from the left, from the bottom, or from the right. Margin and padding, guys, can be a little complicated, but a better example of it would be when we actually use modules. But this is just a reference of how you guys can use it. And also, guys, remember this theme, you can left click on it and just drag it. You can just simply drag it instead. Okay, but for right now, I'm gonna say I don't want any margin. So right here, I'm gonna click on X. And also for the border, I'm gonna click on X as well because I don't want any borders, although that looks pretty cool. And again, you guys can always change the radius of it, and you guys can also change the color of it as well. So right here, you wanna add a specific color, you guys can go ahead and do that right there. So that is basically a quick rundown of borders and how to use borders. And the great part is, guys, is that these settings are basically universal. So if you learn how to use it for one module, you basically learn how to use for all the modules in the WordPress theme. So when you learn one section, you kind of master the rest of the WordPress theme, which is pretty cool. So right here, I'm gonna click on X and say, all right, I'm done. Now, video backgrounds. I do not recommend video backgrounds whatsoever. One of the main reasons why is because video backgrounds do not play well on iOS devices. So what that means is if someone comes to your website via mobile, which 50% of most users do now, your video slider will not play. They might be brought to a gray screen that looks really ugly and they can't, see what you're talking about, and they could potentially leave your website. So I don't recommend video backgrounds whatsoever. Another reason why is because sometimes the video backgrounds don't play well. Like for example, you'll put it on your site and then people will come to your site on a computer, and sometimes it might not work because of their browser or compatibility issues. And there's just tons of problems with video backgrounds. So I don't recommend video backgrounds, guys. And I know many beginners love video backgrounds, but just don't use them. They're really not good. However, alternatively, if you really want to use them, you can go ahead and grab like a YouTube video or upload an MP4 and everything else. I might have a full tutorial on video backgrounds in another video, and that link may be in the description of this video. But for right now, I'm going to skip the video section because I really don't recommend them. I don't think you should be using them because, again, I've been in WordPress for a while and they can cause a ton of problems. So I'll have a second tutorial just for video backgrounds a little bit later, and we'll talk about that in another section. So basically, guys, we have covered the banner section. So right here, I'm click on apply. Now let's just say you want to add in a second slider. So right here, add to slider, and right here, I'm click on banner. So now what we're going to do, guys, is we're actually going to create a second banner. So again, we can click on any one of these right here and mess around with these and take a look. So these are pretty cool. So let's see here. I'll go ahead and grab in something that looks like this right here. Oh no, I'll use a block one like that. Okay, and then right here, I'll click on apply. And again, right here, we have the same exact options, guys. So alternatively, it's the same exact thing. So you can go ahead and mess around with these. Now, you do want to make sure that the height is similar to your first one, because if you click up here, right here, we can go to the second one. And if they are different sizes, it's going to come out a little differently. So I think right here, we set it to 16.9. So on the second one right here, I'm going to click on this gear icon, go to options, and that will basically give us the ability to edit this section. So right here, 16.9, all right? And visibility, I want to leave it on. We will talk about visibility when we talk about mobile optimization. So for right now, we're going to skip this, but later in the tutorial, we're going to talk about mobile optimization, and I'll be a little bit more transparent about visibility and reasons why you might want to use it. So right here, slide effect, we can do like zoom in. And again, you guys can't see that because of there's no image, but I'm going to go ahead and put zoom in fast. I'm going to select an image right here. I'm gonna go ahead and select something that looks like this right here. So I'll add this girl here. All right, and then right here, we can add in like a background. So for size, we can do like an original, large, etc. But always leave it on original, guys. It looks much better. And then right here, we can set like an overlay color. So we wanna keep it consistent. Remember, guys, in web design, it's everything, content, position, colors, it's everything. People really buy products based off your content positioning and images. It's pretty funny. It's really how the human brain works. And also, let's say you want to move this around. We can take this and just kind of move it wherever you want, because it's amazing. This theme's amazing right here. So I'm gonna put it right here. All right, it's going right there. All right, scrolling down here, guys, same options. Now let's go ahead and click on apply and update, and let's go ahead and take a look at our slider. So here I'm click on X. You guys can see how it's kind of zooming in because we added that zoom in effect. And right here, I'll click on this, and now it's zooming in. So the first one was zooming in. This one is, zooming out, and this one is zooming in. So I hope you guys can understand what those options are. So let's say you want to edit this again. Again, right here, edit with UX Builder. If you guys don't like those zoom in options, which I think they can get a little annoying, you can go ahead and go to options right here and just take them off. All right, so now it's coming out good. And also the size, again, put it as original, because if you put it as large, it comes out very pixelated. That's why it kind of looked a little strange, okay? Now, let's just say you want to go ahead and time the slider really quick. So over here under slider, click on options. So the options section for the slider, guys, is basically controlling how the slider works. So like this is basically the overall setting for the slider. And of course, we have like focused, we have shadow. So another really cool thing, guys, is like when you have focus right here, you can kind of like, if someone scrolls through right here, it'll look like that, which is really cool, really beautiful. So that's really amazing. Going back over here, again, options. So right here, there's different settings you guys can use, like free scroll, draggable. Like, do you want it draggable? If you want it draggable, people can like kind of click on it and drag it wherever they want. Clicking back here, again, slider, options. If you guys click on the actual slider, it's going to actually bring you back to the banner section. But this section right here is controlling whatever is inside the slider, okay? And again, guys, these are pretty self-explanatory. So right here we have navigation. Of course, we can have it like off or on. Position, you can have it inside, you can have it outside. The size, the arrows. The arrows are basically these little things right here. You want it to be like a simple, or you want it to be like a reveal, where they go over it like that, or you can have it as just circle, which is that section like that. I think that's pretty good, right? And you can change it to like dark or light, or you can have bullets. So right here in the bottom section, if we close this out, there'll be bullets right here, and people can navigate your slider with bullets. But you know, it's just, you know, if you want to have that, you can also have an auto slide. So for example, let's say you want to have this slide automatically. You can set the timer right here. So 6,000 ms equals 6 seconds. So if you wanted to slide automatically, you can put something like 3 seconds, and then it would slide every 3 seconds. So that's basically what the auto slide is. And again, auto slide it'll just go through all of your slides automatically without people having to touch it or navigate it. And you know, pause on hover. So that means if they hover over it, it will not do an auto slide. If they go away from it, then it will auto slide. Okay, so that's a quick rundown of this section. So I hope you guys understand this section. It's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, you know, there's the draggable option, the free scroll infinitive as well. Again, you guys can change the margin of this as well, but I think 0 is pretty good. So we don't want to basically push the slider anywhere else. We want it to stay right there. So right here, I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, 0 is fine. Anyway, so side align, we can do like left, we can do right, because remember, we want to choose which way we want the slider to like basically come from. That's exactly if you have this style set though. So this corresponds to the slide align. And then right here, you guys can do shadow, which is pretty cool. So for example, right here, we can set it like that. Okay. And hopefully by now you guys understand how this kind of works. So right here we have the slider, and remember, any banner within the slider, that's what we're editing. Okay, so I want to go ahead and make this full screen. I don't want to have to do it like that, but that's a beautiful style. So if you guys want to do that, you guys can. So right here, I'm going to go to my style and just go to default, and click on apply, and click on update. So we basically created the slider. Now let's go ahead and say, maybe you want to add in a link like for your slider, right? So right here, you see the button, you just hover over the button, you click on it, and these are other settings that you guys can change right here. So right here, you guys can go ahead and, you know, do like the letter case. You guys can give it a class. So for example, like button for men, you can change the color to like, these are like quick sections. You guys can, you guys can change the color, but to whatever you want, but these are like quick sections, like alert, success, white, etc. The outline, you guys can change the outline here as well. The size, large, larger, or just normal. And then you guys can animate it, like it'll basically animate once the slider appears, it can animate. Here you can change the radius so you can make it a little bit more circular. The depth, you guys can change the depth of it. And scrolling down here, depth hover as well. So a lot of these options, guys, you guys can kind of understand what they are just by messing around with it. So this is like a box shadow, basically. It's the same exact thing. Icon, if you want an icon, you guys can add an icon. See, now there's an icon. You guys can add an icon. You can add a position to the right or to the left. So right here, I'm gonna say no icon. But they have tons of cool icons, and you guys can mess around with that. And then again here, you guys can just, if you guys want, you guys can put it over here. You guys can kind of drag and drop it. I don't recommend it though. I do like their default settings. And we'll talk more about the drag and drop feature a little bit later in the next section. So basically, also, if you guys want to link this somewhere, you guys can put it to something like whatever link you want. Now, I'm actually going to talk more about this a little bit later because we're going to link our product categories on this section. I know I keep saying that a lot, that we're going to do it later, but there's a lot to cover, and I just really want to make sure you guys understand how this thing works before we go on to the next section. So right here, I'm gonna click on apply, and I'm gonna click on update. So basically right here, we added a, we did some features. We added a link. So now if someone clicks on this button, it will take them to that specific link, okay? But let's go ahead now and move on to the next section where we're gonna go ahead and create the next section, which is this section right here. So we're going to add it in this section right here. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's just say you want to keep designing your website. Right here, there's this plus icon. I'm going to click on plus. Now we can add in a row. We can add in, whatever widgets that we want right here. But I kind of want to add in something like, I want to add in another template right here. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus and then go to Flatsome Studio. And I want to go ahead and find the category section. So right here, I'm going to go to categories. And then I'm going to go ahead and select one of the ones that I use for the demo, which is this one right here, and click on import, and then click on start. All right, so now you guys can see that we have this specific section right here. So this is great for categories. So let's say, for example, that you guys want to go ahead and add in product categories, which we're going to talk about in just a bit. This is basically a great way to enable categories. And again, you guys can always change the position of this to wherever you want, such as that right there. So we basically created this section, but let's say, for example, you kind of want to start using the actual, the actual modules instead of relying on the Flatsome Studio. So we have page title, we have all these other different things right here that we can use. Now I want to use one, and I'm going to use this for probably the remainder of the actual tutorial, which is the title one. So right here, I'm going to click on title, and now we have a title down here. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a name right here. So I'm going to put like our categories. And then right here we have like an icon or different settings. Now I want to go ahead and, actually modify this myself instead of using the templates, because, if you want to modify the website, you don't want to rely just on the templates, right? So right here, I'm going to say, all right, we have the style. I want it in the center. And this kind of creates a division. It's basically introducing the next section of our area with this header right here. So right here we have color. You guys can go ahead and change the color of it. But again, I just want to leave it as something like black. So I'll just click on X. I think that's an okay kind of color. What do you guys think? I think it looks good. Icon, I don't want an icon. Right here, you can always change the width of it. So again, you guys can just simply drag it, something like that. If you guys want to have like a custom width like that, but I don't want to, so I'm just gonna leave it blank. Margin and padding, I'll talk about this in just a second. The size, so right here, I want to kind of increase the size a little bit to make it something that looks like that right there. We'll use 100, we'll use like 150 from now on. 150. Let's see, 100. Let's do it one more time. 15. I'll just go ahead and do it like this. It's being weird. It does that sometimes. Welcome to WordPress. We'll do 155. And I don't want to link this anywhere. So I want to actually kind of drag and drop this. So right here, I'm going to click on apply. Now there's a few ways you guys can do this. We can take this right here and simply left click on it and drag it above our section like that. Or we can do it like this right here. Like that. Either way. So you guys can use this section or you guys can use this section. So I want to go ahead and take this and put it up there. Now we have too much space right here. Now we have a gap, and there's a gap right here because when we inserted this template, there's a module for a gap. So I want to take that out to put it like, we'll put 0. So now we have this section here. Now let's just say, for example, you just kind of want to, reduce it a little bit more, So right here under my title, we have the margin top and we have the margin bottom. So we can actually kind of mess around with the margins here to kind of get it to where we want it. Remember we talked about margins earlier? Well, this is a great way to use margins. And again, you guys can kind of find out where you guys want it. So I'll put it around somewhere around there. Looks good, right? So this is a great section, guys. So right here, you guys can see that we have our categories, and it's introducing the next section right here, which looks really professional, looks really, really good. So again, this is a great example of how you guys can use this these little dividers to kind of introduce the next section of your website to your visitors. So I'm gonna click on apply and click on update. Now let's just say, for example, really quickly before we talk about products, that you want to actually do this yourself. You don't want to use templates. Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to use the page builder without using the template section. So right here, I'm click on plus, and I want to select a 3-column row. Now they also have grid. They have all these other things that we can use, but I want to first put a row in here. So we have a row, and you guys can choose different rows. So if you guys can see right here, we have, oops, let me go back there. Go back to options. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and delete this really quickly, just because that I misclicked. Sorry. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. I'm gonna delete that. And right here, I'm gonna click on Add to Contents, and I'll go to Row again. So we have the row right here. So we have a let's go back here. Let's see. Okay, one more time. Add to content and then the row. Okay, so we have these different sections, and what I'm just basically trying to tell you guys is that you can have different column rows if you choose. Again, I really recommend using their template section because it's amazing. So if you want a 3-column row that's full width, you guys can use the full width section. If you guys want a 3-column row like this, you guys can use the 3-column row right there. So I'm gonna go type in 3 columns, which we already have right here. And then let's go ahead and add in something to these columns right here. So right here, I'm gonna click on this section, and I wanna enter in, we can enter in first we'll enter in a banner. All right, so we have a banner right here. So here I'm gonna go ahead and click down so you guys can see it. So we have this section, and again, you guys can move this to any part that you guys want. But right here, I wanna change this to something like 450. I want it, just a little bit shorter. You guys can always manually type it in as well to make it easier for you guys to see. And then for the image, I'm gonna click on select media, and I'm actually gonna use that same image that I used that the demo gave us. So right here, we have the image. The image sizing is 1000 by 667. So here I'm gonna click on use this image. Now we have this image, pretty cool. So here we can have like the color, we can have the overlay, etc. Now, I don't wanna like kind of use the banner anymore because we've already set the banner, but I wanna actually modify the stuff inside the banner. So right here, I'm gonna click on back. Now right here, if I wanna check out what's inside the banner, I'm gonna click on this little icon and it's gonna introduce the text box. So in the text box, we have text. So right here, I'm gonna click on this icon right here and go to options. So this is basically controlling the text box, guys. So we're basically controlling now like the actual box itself. So not the text, but the box itself. So right here, we can select something like circle, square, and then you guys can do light or dark. We can change the width of it. We can scale it, but I kind of like it fitting like that. It looks professional. We can change the margin and padding. So if you guys want to change the position of this bubble, you guys can do that right here. You guys can also add a padding to it. So we talked about padding before. You guys can kind of just mess around with these to kind of just check it out. These are just like they're pretty self-explanatory, guys. It's just how you want it to look in it because there's so many options that you guys can mess around with, like fade and left. So again, that's how we would set up this section. All right, so then again, we can align it to the center or wherever you want. But I want to just go ahead and say, I want a square, or yeah, square like that. And now I'm gonna go over here, and then we can actually click the text box, and then here we can actually modify the text. So if I click on the gear icon for text and go to options, now we're actually modifying the text itself right here. So if you guys want to mess around with this, you guys can add in more text, and it looks something like that right there. Okay. So I'm basically just kind of explaining to you how that works with the module. Now let's say you want to add in a button here. So right here, I'm gonna click on this, and let's find the button module. So now we added in a button, and right here we can change different styles of buttons. You guys can kind of see how the buttons look. All right, click on apply. Now we have different options for the buttons. So you guys can do lowercase, small case, you guys can change the color, the style, the size. We'll talk more about the font a little bit later. We're gonna talk about that when we introduce plugins. But I'm just giving you guys an idea of how you guys can, mess around with this. The button, if you guys choose to, change all the settings. Again, guys, these options are pretty self-explanatory. So I don't wanna get too much into every single button or every single module, because again, a lot of these modules have the same exact settings as each other. And they're also pretty self-explanatory, so hopefully by now you guys are kind of understanding how this works. So again here, I want to move this down to leave it like that. So the text box, I'm gonna click on the text box again, and I kind of want to make this a little bit bigger. So for the width right here, we can kind of increase the width, maybe scale it differently like that. Something like that right there. And then maybe right here we can, put it to the center. Now let's just say, for example, you guys don't want to do all this work again, because this can be a lot, right? So let's go ahead and duplicate this instead of actually having to manually create it all over again. So for the banner section right here under the gear icon, I want to actually duplicate this section. So right here, we have the banner. Now I'm going to actually left click on this and drag it over here to our other section right here. So I'm going to click on this, drag it right to the add elements. All right, pretty easy. And then do that again. So I'm gonna click on the banner section here again, and I wanna actually duplicate it. So you guys can do it right here. And again, you guys can also do it right here. So again, you guys can see the banner right here, and then right here, it's there again. So click on duplicate, and then voila, there you go. And then we can simply take this and drag it up here, and there you go. So that is a very quick way and simple way to kind of make things yourself. You guys can always just click on the plus icon right here, add in a row, and then simply go ahead and add in whatever modules that you guys want in those rows and columns. And since you guys know kind of how to use like the other settings and stuff, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty simple, but we're going to practice a little bit more later when we talk about the About Us page and Contact Us page. But for right now, I want to go ahead and forget all this. We're going to go ahead now and create some products. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this whole section. So to delete it right here, I have this row right here that's controlling these 3 columns. I'm going to click on that and click on delete. So I don't want that no more. I just like this section right here. I think that is perfectly cool. So let's go ahead now and update this. And we'll talk a little bit more about designing our site a little bit later when we talk about the About Us and the Contact Us page. But that was a quick warm-up, guys, on how you guys can decorate your websites. So first, I'm going to show you all how to create products for your e-commerce website. Then I'm going to show you all how to create product categories. And lastly, I'm going to show you all how to customize your shop, your account, and your checkout page. Now, this will probably be the most difficult part of this tutorial. So if you have a favorite beer or drink, now's the time. So let's go ahead now and create some products. So to do that, we're going to install the WooCommerce plugin. So right here, I'm going to go to my dashboard and go to plugins and go to add new. Right here, we're going to type in WooCommerce. Again, WooCommerce is probably the most popular platform. You know, originally when WordPress first came out, it was intended only for a blogging platform. And the popularity kind of grew and people said, you know what, we can do a lot more with this platform. So right here under WooCommerce, click on Install Now and click on Activate. And you guys will be brought to a page that looks just like this right here. Now guys, in the future, this might change, but I just want to kind of help you guys understand you know, the basic settings. So we're going to go through this setup wizard. So where's your store based at? Well, I'm going to put, mine's in California. And go ahead and put your address. So I'm going to put like, I'll use my dummy address I've always used before. And then right here we have what currency. So put your currency. I am United States, so I'm going to use the US dollar. Are you going to sell physical or just digital products? Well, I might sell both. So I'm going to go ahead and leave both right now. And then right here, I'm gonna go to Let's Go. Payments. So right here we have Stripe and we have PayPal. Now, if you guys use my recommended hosting, such as Siteground.com, you guys can use Stripe because it comes with a free SSL. Congratulations! But if you guys use something like HostGator, you're gonna have to go ahead and pay for your SSL, or any other hosting company usually makes you pay for it. So we will actually go ahead and create a Stripe account a little later. You guys can always click on and create a new Stripe account for me and then do it yourself. But we are going to use Stripe and PayPal because I want your visitors to have access to check out directly on your website and also have the option to go through PayPal as well. So we're going to go ahead and use both. And then also we have offline payments, which is like, this is like the weird stuff, you know, like you can take check on like cash on delivery and all this other stuff. But let's be honest, you know, like who the hell is going to do that? You know, that's crazy, you know, like, oh, maybe we'll pay you later. No, I'm not going to do that. So right here, I'm going to go to continue. So right here we have shipping. And guys, the great part about WooCommerce is that they just introduced live shipping rates. So what that means is you guys can actually have your site linked up to USPS to automatically pull the correct shipping rates. And not to worry, guys, I will talk about how you can set your own custom shipping rates in case you want to make a little money or you want to give your visitors a discount on shipping. So right here we have the weight unit. So, you know, how heavy are your products? Are you guys selling fridges? If you're selling fridges, you might want to do pounds. If you're selling something like clothes, you might want to do ounces, and then also dimension units. You know, in the United States, we use like inches and yards, but for like other countries, they use like, they're on the metric system. So they use like centimeters and meters. But here, I'm just going to go ahead and say, you know what? I just want to go ahead and click on continue. I do want to use the live rates. So right here, it's going to automatically install Jetpack and WooCommerce services for us. So click on continue. So right here, we have the automated taxes. So for those of you who are in the USA, congratulations. We can get automated taxes. I think this works for parts of Europe. I'm not 100% sure, but we will be using this. And I will also show you, if you're not in the United States, how you guys can actually set up your taxes no matter where you are. So I know how to set up the taxes for specific rates. I'm a pro. I know everything. So I actually want to set up Jetpack. So right here I'm going to go to continue with Jetpack. And this is for people who want automated taxes. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to show you all the methods for taxes just in case. So you guys will need to have a WordPress.com account. So right here I'm going to click on continue. You guys can always go ahead and make your own. All right, so this is like my, it's free to make a WordPress.com account, guys. So it's pretty simple. So right now it's authorizing my connection. And again, guys, don't worry if you guys don't have a WordPress account. I will show you how to set up your taxes regardless. But I also want to show people how they can actually set up their taxes automatically. So we've done everything, guys. Congratulations. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our first product. So is that exciting? I hope it is. So right here, I'm going to click on create a product. So again, I have demo images in my file. If you guys choose to use those, you guys are more than welcome to. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So now we're making products. So what are you guys really selling? I don't know what you're selling, but whatever you're selling, this is where we're gonna create the products. All right, and I wanna go ahead and just dismiss this. We don't need that. We really don't need that. And we have all these notices up here. I just wanna dismiss all these. These are really annoying. They're just trying to warn you of stuff. They're actually being helpful by reminding you of things like, this isn't connected or that's connected, but we don't really need to do that. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and close all these just because I don't want them. All right, closing those and dismiss this. Okay, so you'll be brought to a page that looks just like this right here. And guys, in the future, if you ever wanna make products, you go to your products and go to add new product. So if I click on add new product, it's gonna bring me to this page again right here. Okay. My website is running a little slow because my internet connection is not the best. So anyways, so let's go ahead and make a new product. So right here, I'm gonna do something like woman's shirt. Woman's shirt. Now right here, this is called the long tail description. Now really quickly, I'm gonna go ahead and go to my demo website and basically show you what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna make it very easy for you guys to understand. So woman's shirt. Okay, so this section right here, this is called the long tail description. This is gonna show up right here on the bottom. Now I know it's kind of weird that the top part, it's like inversed, but that's just the way it works. So this part right here, you'll probably talk about stuff like, made with cotton. This is like the technical details you can say. Now you don't have to put this. This is just if you choose to have it. So right here, I have the product description. Then right here, we added some, some text and fonts. If you guys want to add in like a big header, so right here, like a product description, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight this and add this as a header. So a heading is just like a title. It just emphasizes everything. And then right here, you can put like, this is made in China, whatever you want to put. And then here, there's other options, like you guys can align it to the center, to the left. You can add these in quotations. If you guys use Microsoft Word, these are like the same things, like bold, italicize, but I don't want to get into too much of this because this is pretty, this is pretty self-explanatory. Here you can change the font sizes, the color, everything else. You guys can do all this right here. So you guys can kind of have fun changing all these settings. But for most of you, you might not care about that too much. You just want to list your products. So I'm gonna go ahead and just paste this in. All right. Now scrolling down here, we have product data. So simple, grouped, external, and variable. We're first going to do a simple product. So how much does your product cost? How much money do you want to make? Well, I want to put $200. Is your product on sale? If it is, you can put a sale. It's for $100 now. Now, how long is this sale going to last? Well, I want to schedule it to, I'm going to do February 20th to the 28th. So this is on sale. Is this taxable? Most likely, yes. Tax class, we will talk about this a little bit later when we talk about tax classes. You may or may not need this. Most people don't use tax classes, but just for tutorial purposes, I will talk about that a little later. Next, let's go to inventory. Do you guys have a SKU? So if you guys are a store, you guys can enter your SKU number here. Do you want to manage stock? So basically what this does is it's going to tell people how many you have left. So for example, I'm gonna say, you know what? I got 10 left. That's all. We got 10 left. That's all we got. Here, back orders. Do you want to allow back orders? So what that means is if you run out of the product, if you have no more, do you want to give people the ability to still purchase the product if you have no more? If you do, you click on allow. If you don't, you click on no allow. Sold individually. Never check this box. This is very rare circumstances. This is basically saying if you have this checked and someone wants to buy this product, they can only buy it by itself. Now, in very rare circumstances, you would use this box, but for 99% of you, you would not check this box. Shipping. So how much does this weigh? Well, it weighs about, I don't know, 16 ounces. What's the dimensions of the length? Well, you know, it's 10 inches. And then for the width, we have, 9 inches. And then for the height, I'm going to do 15 inches. Shipping class, we're going to talk about that a little later. But for most of you, you might not need to use that. Link products. So what is a cross-sell and what is an upsell? So an upsell, guys, is something that you recommend when someone's actually looking at the product. Have you guys ever been to Amazon.com and click on an item and it recommends you different items? That is what we call is an upsell. A cross-sell is something that you recommend at checkout. So when someone is checking out, it's going to recommend whatever items you put here. So once we make some products, we'll add some upsells and cross-sells. But personally, I don't recommend cross-sells. The reason why I don't recommend cross-sells is because if somebody's already out the door to check out, if someone says, I'm going to buy this product already, I'm going to buy it, I'm going to check out, why confuse them even more by recommending more items? I don't even think Amazon does that. I think Amazon will recommend accessories for the product, but not other products. So I am all for upsells. Cross-sells can be a little gamble. You could make money, you could lose money. That's my personal opinion about cross-sells. Attributes. Don't worry about this. We'll talk about this. We talk about variable products. Advanced purchase note. So if someone buys something, what do you want it to say? Thanks, bro. There we go. Thanks, bro. So they get a purchase note saying thanks, bro, if they buy this product. Menu order. This can be a little outdated because a lot of the themes, such as Flatsome, we can actually position certain categories. But if you want to change the specific ordering for each specific product, you can do that here by saying like -1 or -2. And basically, let's say, for example, we have -9 or something. This product is going to show up first, and then the next item, -4, -3, -2. So it's basically numerically numbering the items in your shop, which can be very tedious and not useful. I don't recommend menu orders because you can always categorize something to say like our featured items, men's items, etc. So I don't really recommend menu order. It's basically the order you list products, but again, you can use that. Extra. So extra is theme options just for Flatsome. But let's just go ahead and create the product first before we talk about extra. So I'm going to skip extra and we'll talk about it in the next section when we talk about another product. So product image, you guys need to give your product an image. So what do you want people to see when they first look at your product? Well, we got this girl right here. Yeah, she's sexy. She's having a good time. So we'll add her. Okay. So we have her right there. Now, what other pictures do you have of this girl or product? So right here, I'm going to click on gallery images and I'm going to select this one right here. All right. And then we'll add in one more. Okay. So now we have 2 gallery images. Scrolling down here. Now, this is probably the most important part, guys. This part right here controls this part. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste this and paste that right there. Paste it right. There we go. So I just basically added a dash and then, typed in something. And again, these are the same options as the other ones. So you guys can go ahead and add in whatever options, you guys want. You guys can add in a small image right here by clicking on add media and adding something else. But again, that's kind of worthless because we already added product images and product galleries. So, I don't really find a use for, adding media or a contact form for a product, maybe for like an inquiry or something like that. But generally, most sites don't have this. Like I've never seen that actually. And then right here, we have sharing buttons. Make sure to do that because you never know. Someone can share a product. So we basically made the product, but let's just say we want to go and add in some tags. So right here, I'm going to add in like woman's shirt. And then, I don't know, woman's shirts. Like these are basically telling people what your product is. So if someone sees your tags and they click on it, it will take them to related products. So woman's shirts, we'll do like sexy shirt. All right, and this section right here is probably one of the most important ones. So add a new category. So this section is just for women's products. women's. And then I'm gonna add that to the category. Guys, this is very important because categories are the best and only way to categorize your items with WooCommerce. So if you want to have like a men's, woman, and accessories, categories is why you add categories. So let's click on publish. Let's go ahead and see this product now. And guys, people can actually buy this like immediately. Like when you set your Stripe options and your PayPal options, they can come to your website and buy this right away. So it's not like we're really far from the store. The store is actually very close. So right here, I clicked on view products, and there you go. So we have the sale icon, we have women's shirts, and we have, you know, the in stock, and then right here we have the images. So then they can, like, you know, take a look at it. You can look at it and kind of check it out. Pretty cool. And then right here, you know, we can zoom in. Yeah, zoom in however you want it. So this is a great way for your customers to kind of, you know, look around. Right here we can add in reviews, and also we can set something later where people can actually set reviews that have only purchased the product. So if you have a bunch of trolls out there who are just like hate your site, don't worry, you can protect it by having people who have only purchased your product make reviews. So we made the product. Now before I go on any further, I want to show you how to edit this page. That's the great part about Flatsome, is that you can actually edit this page. You know, by default, guys, other themes, you cannot change anything on this page whatsoever. So right here, I'm gonna click on customize. So we have different settings over here. We have heading, style, blah, blah, blah. So right here, I'm gonna click on shop, product page. And we have different options, guys. So you can have like a left sidebar, no sidebar. We'll talk about sidebar, guys, when we talk about widgets and stuff like that. But for right now, we're not gonna use those because we don't have any widgets right now. But right here, we have different things like, you know, product header. We can add in a color header or a title header right here. Now, let's just say, for example, that you want to, like, you know, make this look a little different. You guys can go ahead and do that. So there's tons of options right here, guys, where you guys can add a lot of stuff. So, you know, you guys can have a transparent header. Next and preview navigation, you guys can, you know, take that out. So the transparent header, now it's not transparent. Here, going down here, we have the product image style. So you can have it like that, or you can have it like this, where the images are at the bottom. Cool, huh? And then right here, we have different light boxes, like the Flatsome light box. The light box is basically the style of when it opens. So when you click on it and that little light box opens up, it's just different styles you guys can use to navigate it. Also, product image hover zoom. So if someone actually hovers over the product, it's going to create this little section right here where it zooms in. So you can choose to have that. If not, you guys can go ahead and take that out right there. Product summary, product title divider. So we can add a product title divider, or you can go ahead and add it in, or you can go ahead and take it out. And also you guys can like do text alignment. So, you know, the center, and then right here we have to the right, and then to the left. All right. And then form style, you know, we can change it to default, or we can change it to flat as well for the form style as well. You know, you guys can show categories. You guys can show the social icons, product inline tabs. So right here, this would control this section right here. So right here, let's go ahead and change these up. Let's see, we can do product tabs align. So right here, you can see the tabs are moving around. And we can do the left. And of course, guys, you know, these are, you know, I would say you don't really need to have these, but, you know, if you want to get customizable, you can do that. I like pills the best. I think pills is cool. See how it's like that now? Or you can just do it like line tabs, something like that, you know. But it's a great way to decorate your shop. And, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of useful ways you guys can use to decorate this stuff right here. So right here, we have like an open cart right here, products and upsells. Now you guys don't have to have this because we can set this in the theme options, or you can, you know, add them here. It's really up to you. Custom HTML you guys won't need because most of you aren't developers. So if you guys want to go ahead and, you know, add in something like that, you guys are more than welcome to. I think a lot of these options, guys, are just amazing, you know, especially like with the product header and stuff like that. You guys can, you know, change it to whatever option that you guys want. And then again, you guys can go ahead and mess around with these settings because, you know, it's just cool to mess around with settings, you know. You can kind of change this width there, title divider, etc. Okay. So I've basically shown you guys a little bit about how to decorate the product page and everything else, and like the product header and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in I want the menu back. I don't want it to be transparent. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the transparency because that looks kind of ugly. Okay, and then right here I'm gonna go back. And then we have category page as well. So when we talk more about category pages, I'll talk more about this. Like for the header, I think the header actually is better to actually change. So right here for the header, if you click on uncheck, it'll give it this blue section. I think that's much better than the image itself. So this is actually a category, guys. So this section right here controls the category page. So the other options that we were using was if you have no categories, then again, you guys can always change like the list style and everything, but this we'll talk about a little bit later when we talk about the actual category page itself, okay? So this is the actual product page. And here, this is the header for the category, so we can show the title and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and make another product. And then we'll talk more about category pages in just a bit. So we just kind of customize the product page, okay? So let's go ahead and go to plus new and go to product. So let's go ahead now and make another product. We just made one, and let's go ahead and make one more. So we're gonna do like a woman's sexy shirt. Did we do that? Woman's clothes. Woman's clothes for cool, I don't know, woman's clothes. We'll just do woman's clothes. And then right here, I'll go ahead and take this description again. And then right here, I'll put it right here. Scrolling down here, I'm just gonna go ahead and add the price. Now you guys don't need to follow me here because I'm just simply going, I'm just basically making product categories. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just, brush through this really quick just to give you guys an example of the category page itself, because you might wanna customize that. So right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and paste this in. There we go, pasting it, and then set a image right here. So right here, we'll go ahead and select this girl right here. And then I'll go ahead and select an image like that. And then this is woman's. And I think I'm all ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to publish now. All right, it is publishing. All right, so let's go ahead and click on view product. And again, right here, we have the same product, and people can always you can kind of browse through, take out the next one, which is pretty cool. That's another great part about this theme. Guys, and a lot of themes don't have these options, so this is really amazing. So we basically created a category for women. So without going into the next product, I kind of want to show you all how you can actually customize your category page itself. So I'm going to go ahead and go to our menu, and I'm going to go ahead really quickly and show you how to add categories to your menu. It's really simple. So over here, I'm gonna go to menus. And now we have more options right here. So we have product categories and we have women's. I wanna add that to the menu. All right, and we have women's right there. All right. Also, if you guys go to the other, let's see what we got WooCommerce endpoints. You guys can do like the orders, downloads, account details, lost password, etc. for your customers. But for most of you, we're not going to go ahead and do that. Also here for pages, I want you guys to actually click on view all and add the shop and the cart, the checkout. Actually, no, we're going to do my account and my account and shop, and click on add to menu. So we basically created these pages because when we activated WooCommerce, it automatically created those pages for us. So we don't need to do all the hard work. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of categorize these to wherever I want. And go to right here, save menu. Now, a good strategy, guys, is to take your category and drag it under your shop like that. And that's how most websites have it. So let's go ahead now and take a look at our site. All right, so we have the home, the about, and we have the shop. And right here we have women's. Now, if I click on women's, it's going to show us all of the categories for women's. So every product that I made for the women's section is going to appear right here, which is really cool. This section right here, guys, we're talking about widgets. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about that when we talk about plugins, because there's a lot of different plugins and things you might want to add to your store. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and show you. If you guys decide to customize this section, you can do that. So right here, I'm gonna go to customize and go to category page. Okay, so let's go ahead and scroll down here and we have list style. So we can actually change how this specifically works. So let's go ahead and actually, let's go back here. I'm gonna give you guys a better preview of this by going to our women's section. So right here, I'm gonna click on customize now. Okay, that's what I want to see. So now we can visibly see the category page. That was a little weird. So over here, we have our shop and we have our category page. So you guys can add a sidebar, or you guys can, not add a sidebar, but I really want to show you guys is this section right here, where you guys can click on this and kind of change how it looks like that. Also, you guys can have a messy grid effect. So basically, this theme will equalize the images for you. However, if these are all different image sizes, it can kind of create that grid effect look. So that's basically what I kind of wanted to show you guys about this. And again, right here, we have the products. So you guys can view them if you want to look like that. That's another style that you guys can use. Here, you guys can click on equalize the height column. And then you guys can actually change the height column depending on how you guys want this to look. So, that's pretty cool. So going back down here, how many products do you want per page? Well, I want 12 products. Products per row. You guys can have 2. You guys can have 1. You guys can have 3. You guys can have a lot. So it just depends on how you want to customize it. Also for the header, again, we talked about that. It's going to show up right here. Okay, so you guys can kind of have fun. You guys can show the title, whatever you guys want to do. And then right here, products per row for mobile users. So just for mobile users, you guys can set a specific amount of products to show. And then right here, we can add a background to it, or you can add a title background color. So you guys can go ahead and change the title background color as well, something that you guys want. So right here, you're now changing the background color for this section. Okay. And then, you guys can go ahead and go through some of these, set featured images background or whatever, but I really wouldn't add a picture, guys. It's not ideal, and it could come up really weird. And then right here, you guys can change the category box. So for example, guys, another thing I'll talk about is your prices. So let's say, for example, you want to change this pricing to make it look like this or like this. You see how the prices are now aligning differently? That's the great part about this theme, guys. You guys can change how this specifically looks. And then right here, we have the product box style. So we can't see this yet because we don't have any other categories. So once we make different categories, you guys will be able to understand that a little bit more. Here we can add in a drop shadow. You guys choose to add a drop shadow. So now you guys can see that there is a shadow around our products, which looks pretty cool. And then right here, like a drop shadow hover. So the hover means if someone hovers over it, it's going to create a different box shadow. So again, guys, this is amazing. It's an amazing theme, and there's just so much you guys can do with it. So add to cart button. Right now, we have no add to cart button. So if you guys want to add an add to cart button on the picture, you guys can do that. So right here, we have this really cool add to cart. If someone clicks on it, it will make this little pop-up, and then they can add it to the cart. And here, you guys can see the product is inside the cart. So that's really, really cool. Here, again, we have a different style. I like this style. I think this is the best because it has the product. It looks really nice, and the add to cart is really convenient. You just click on it and it adds it to the cart really fast. So it doesn't take you to another page. It doesn't take you anywhere else. It just does everything right there. So it's pretty incredible. Here we can show the ratings. Let's be honest. Let's just say someone gives you some bad ratings and you don't want it to show up. Well, you can just say, we're not going to hide those. We're going to hide the ratings. But we don't add any ratings yet to our product, so it's not going to show up. But once we add some ratings, it will show up on our product. Show short description. If you guys want to show a short description, you guys can have it like that. Now, this is only good in conjunction with the other style of product that we talked about, which is this one right here. Now, this would be ideal. Now, it doesn't look well right here because we have to change the actual image height and stuff. But if you're going to run this list style, you might want to add a short description of it. So that looks really bad. But you guys can change that by adding more column or more products to the row. So I'm going to go ahead and go to or change this back to this right here. And then right here, scroll down and let's keep talking about what we're talking about. So right here, add the cart button, show categories. Disable quick view. So if you don't want people to have the quick view option, which is this right here, you guys can actually disable that. But I think that's really cool because it's super clean. You know, it looks great. You know, it looks amazing. And then we have the sales bubble. So right here it's circle, now it's square, and now it's kind of, you know, it's kind of falling off the page, but you know, that kind of counts as a look right there. It looks really cool. And then here, instead of saying sale, you can say like super hot. Super hot. Wait. There we go. Super hot. And also, guys, instead of having once you guys put stuff on sale, instead of having like the actual like the sale thing, you guys can actually add like a percentage instead of the sale icon. So how much was this off? Like how much is it off? Well, instead of having a sale, you can you can put a percentage right there. So that's really, really cool. So that's basically, guys, a quick rundown of how you guys can, you know, fully modify your product category pages. So if you guys don't understand it fully right now, don't worry about it, because you know, we're gonna go ahead and keep talking about products, and I'll also show you guys how you guys can add an image right here with this section called blocks. So we'll talk about blocks a little bit later in this tutorial. So let's go ahead and click on X. So we have our product category page, which is pretty cool. So we've only done one product. We've done a simple product. Let's go ahead now and create a variable product. So if you guys don't know what a variable product is, if I go to my shop page right here, this is my my other one, my demo website. Here we have different variables. So right here I have small, and I can change this to blue or red. And we can change the price of this, guys. We can change, you know, we can basically change this to any which way you want. You can add one variable. You can add two variables. So let's just say you have only one color. You can add as many variables as you want. So size, color, men or women, you know, whatever you want to add, you can add in as many variables as you want. So let's go ahead and keep going. So we did our product page, which is really, really cool. And we'll talk more about the product page a little bit later in this tutorial. So right here, I'm gonna go to plus and go to product. All right, so now we're gonna create a variable product. So right here, I'm gonna do men's shirt. And I'm gonna go ahead and just simply, you know, take this stuff right here, just, you know, just copy and paste this stuff, you know. Okay. So right now, under product data, I wanna select a variable product, okay? And right here again, same options, guys. So nothing has really changed here. Nothing has changed whatsoever. So the shipping, everything else, everything is the same. So the only thing we need to do now is add some attributes and some variations. So right here it says, before you can add a variation, you need to add some attributes on the attributes tab. So right here, I'm click on attributes and click on add. So basically, what kind of attribute do you want? Well, I want size, or I want color. So right here, size. So what kind of size? Well, we have small. And now the sign above the enter sign, so usually it's like that. You must hold shift and then press the button, or it's like a dash. So it's the key above the enter sign, okay? So hold shift and press it. So we have small, medium, and large. So we're creating just one attribute right now. Oh, I spelled that wrong. So right here, I'm gonna click on use for all variations and go to save attributes. So right now we only have size, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and first just do one, just to make sure you guys understand how just to do just one, okay? Maybe you guys only want one. I'm not really sure, but if you guys don't want two, I'm just gonna show you how to do one and two. If you guys wanna do 3 and 4 and 5, I'm sorry, you guys don't have to do that by yourself, but who uses, you know, that many attributes? So right here under variations, we're gonna click on create variations from all attributes and click on go. And they're warning you saying, are you sure you want to do this? Just say yes. Never look at warning signs. Just always put yes, you know, that's what most people do nowadays. So, okay, so it's creating our attributes. All right, so 3 variations have been added. So we have small, medium, and large. So first I want to select a product image right here. So I'm gonna select, we'll select this one right here, okay? And then we'll go ahead and set a, we'll add in a product gallery image for that right there as well. So right here, I'm gonna click on product gallery image and click on this one right here. All right. So right here under small, click on this arrow. Right here, put the image. So we're using this one right here. Now, how much does this cost for the small? Well, the small is $19.99. And again, guys, this is the same options as the single product. So a sales price, is it in stock? How much does it weigh? Shipping class, we'll talk about later. This we'll talk about later. And description, we'll talk about the same thing. So if they buy it, what do you want to say? So yeah, good deal, good deal. All right, so we basically made the small one. Now let's click on this and go to large. I'm sorry, medium. Upload an image. Sale, $19.99. Now guys, you must put the price. If you do not put the price, the product will not be able to be purchased. So if it ever is missing, you know why. You probably missed the price somewhere. So right here, upload an image. So like this, and then again, I'm gonna go ahead and put the actual price right here. Okay, and then again, we'll go ahead and click on Save Changes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add in some dummy content right here. So I'm just gonna simply grab this and put this as our short tail description. All right, and I think we are all ready to go. Now, really quickly, I wanna set this to men's, because we were making products just for the men now. Now, really quickly, guys, under variations, it says default form values. So by default, where do you want it to be at by default? Medium, small, or large? So that means when someone actually views the product and they see the product, what size does it want it to be on default? Well, I'm gonna put it on medium for now. And right here, I'm gonna click on publish. All right. Oh, it is being a little weird. Publish. Yeah, the little WordPress guys, sometimes things happen. That's kind of weird. So right here, I'm gonna click on view product. All right, so now we have the product and we have size, small, medium, and large. Okay, so that's pretty simple to understand. So again, it's all the same price. It's $19.99. It doesn't matter what we put it at. So let's say you want to add a second variation, which is something like color, right? Maybe you want to add size and color or something else. So let's go ahead and go to edit the product. Now guys, I'll be very honest. Variable products are probably the most confusing product you'll ever work with. Every other product you guys have seen, like group products, single products, affiliate products, it's very self-explanatory. So if this is a little confusing for you, don't worry about it, just because now I know that it can be very it can be very confusing when you're first learning how to use these stores for like variations. So really quickly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go to attributes, and I want to go ahead and remove this. We're gonna start over from scratch. So right here, I'm gonna click on add, and let's do it again. So size, and then, oops, I spelled it wrong. So small, medium, and large. Use for all variations, save attributes. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in another one. We're gonna add in color. So right here, color. So we have striped, blue, and then we'll just add in red. And then right here, I'll do use for variations and go to save attributes. All right, now under variations again, I wanna go ahead and remove all these because we're gonna go ahead and add in some more. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get rid of all these three right here. All right, it's going a little slow. Remove. And let's remove this last one. All right, now right here, create variations from all attributes and go to go. And it's saying, are you sure you want to do this? Just put yes, guys. Just put yes. All right, so now it's basically adding in our attributes to our variations. So it's gonna basically give us a few options this time. So it's gonna give us 9 options now. So right here we have small striped, small blue, and small red, medium striped, medium blue, medium red, large striped, large blue, large red. So you guys will have to go ahead and put an image and price for each of these. So I know that can be a little annoying, but if you guys have like 5,000 variation items, I feel bad for you because that's a lot of work. So right here, upload an image. And yeah, it does this sometimes, guys. A lot of people will tell me like, hey, it doesn't work well on your website, or, sometimes you get no errors. I do get errors sometimes. So right here I have that one, $19.99. I'm gonna close it. Small blue. And then I'll use this one right here. Of course, this is just for tutorial purposes, so these items don't really correlate. So we have the small red. So right there, and then again, $19.99. All right, so we basically made it for these 2 items, or these 3. So the next thing we're gonna have to do, guys, is make it for the rest. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that really quickly. You guys can just kind of watch me. Medium blue, $19.99. Yeah, a lot of people, like when I make sites for them, they have really large websites with a lot of products. And I'm just like, man, like if you have a lot of products, it's really hard. But if you're selling like just like 20 items, it's easy. But if some people have like thousands of items, I'm just kind of like, man, like that's a lot of work. You know, like just hire some guy to do it for you, you know. Large blue. Did I put a price here?
Hey, listen.
Did I put a price for this one right here? I think I might have missed it. Yep. Guys, remember, you must put a price. It is required. Okay, so it's not going to work if you don't have no price. So right here, I'll do large red. Okay, so large red, and then $19.99. And I go to save changes. So we added in all the variations, guys. Let's go ahead now and take a look at our variation product. So here I'm going to go to update and go to view product. So we have the size. So remember, medium by default, small, striped, small blue, and small red. And someone can just click on add to cart, and voila. And guys, that's a really clean style. Like it just looks so clean. Like it's user friendly. It's easy. And then from here, they can click on view the cart, take a look at their stuff. They can add more right here. They can add less. We can actually decorate this specific section too. But before we do that, before we get ahead of ourselves, let's keep with the products in the front page, and we'll get there. We'll all get there. You know, we're all gonna have fun. We're working. We're making progress. So we basically made a simple and a variable product. So hopefully by now you guys know how to make products, and it's pretty simple, pretty easy. So let's go back to our home page here, and let's finish the rest of the home page on our website. So let's go ahead and go to my demo websites. And right here, you guys can see we have these specific products, and then we have products, latest products on sale. So the next thing we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna actually put in categories on our front page. So I'm gonna go ahead and make one more product right here. I'm gonna make a, you guys don't have to follow me here. I'm gonna go ahead and make a woman's product just so we have 3 products so you guys can kind of understand how this works. So I'm in shirts, and then right here, I'm just gonna put like demo, and then right here, I'll put $19.99. And then right here, I'll do women's, set product image. And I'm gonna go ahead and select a image. Okay, it does that sometimes. There it goes. Okay, it's just being weird. All right, so then I'm gonna go ahead and select another image. So I selected this one, and I'll just go ahead and select this one now. It's like the same image. And then right here, I'll do like, I'll add in some short tail description. You don't have to follow me here. I'm just gathering some demo content just to make it look clean, you know? All right, and then women's, and then click on publish. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our front page now. And now I want to go ahead and add it in the categories right there. So let's go ahead and turn on the builder. So edit with UX Builder to our front page. And I'm going to show you now how you can actually add products to your pages. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll down right here. And I'm lazy, you know, I don't want to recreate another section right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this section and, you know, just change the title of it. So right here, I'm going to go to duplicate. And I can actually just click on this again and just drag it down right here. Now, the reason why it's off the page right there is because I have margin over there, remember? So remember we had a margin, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out that margin. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna put women's products because we're making a product category section for women. So right here, I'm gonna put women's products. Now right here, I'm gonna click on plus, and I'm gonna go to products. So scrolling down here, I'm gonna go to products because we are entering products. Now guys, this next section, you really got to pay attention because the great part about this theme is that this theme can do image resizing, it can do image clarification, it can do a lot with your images. And a lot of themes don't offer that. So I really want you guys to kind of pay attention here to kind of really fully understand how we can edit this and make sure your images fit, because half the time, guys, images can be a total pain in the butt. Trust me, images can be a total pain. So right here, I'm gonna click on apply and click on update. All right, so we have these 4 images. Now I kind of want to make our screen right here a little bit more full width. So let's go ahead and go to the theme customizer really quickly. So right here, I'm gonna go to customize. Now right here under layouts, I want to select under this site content width, I want to go ahead and put 1400 because I want to basically make our page a little bit bigger. So it is full width, but I actually want to, you know, basically make it a little bit longer. So now you can see our categories are getting a little bit longer, and then we have women's products right here. But don't worry, we're going to change this really quick. Now, if you guys want to add a description in, you guys will do that through the theme customizer. But let's just first continue with putting women's products there. So I'm going to go ahead and edit the UX Builder again. And guys, if this ever happens where it just crashes like this, just refresh it. It'll work. It'll go back to normal. There we go. So going back over here, so right here under products, I'm going to click on options. Now I want to actually go down, and I first want to go ahead and filter this by category. So right here under posts, where we have category, I want to select women's, because I want to only select women's. Now I did add some products, like I paused the video and said some products because I want you guys to kind of see how this works. Maybe you guys, you know, don't have 5 or 6 products, right? But I want to kind of show you guys, you know, how this works. So I basically put in products right there. And there's different ways you guys can kind of style it. So there's like normal, there's overlay, where you would like go over it. There's an overlay right there. And then there's also all these other ones. But first, you know, if you guys look at this right here, it kind of looks, the images kind of look a little like cut off. It doesn't really look correct. So I'm gonna put this under normal right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down right here to the image section. So I just passed it. We have image. Now the great part about this theme, guys, is that we can fully edit the images to make them look correct. So the first thing I wanna do is for the size, I wanna go ahead and put original. So these are the original images that I uploaded, and you guys can see it looks crisp, it looks really, really clean, and looks really good, right? And also I want to select the height. So right here I'll put half. So this is selecting half. Now I'm selecting 100%. Now I'm selecting 200%. So now I'm selecting 4.3. So this theme has a full image resizing module built inside of it to make it really, really simple for you to fix your images. And again, we can kind of just like scale it a little bit to get the exact height that you guys want. So right here, I'll put something like 155, or we'll put something like, you know, 125, you know, you guys can kind of, you know, understand how that works. And then also for the width, we can select the width right here. And then we can also select the radius as well to kind of give it that look right there, that circular look, which is really, really cool. So I basically added these in, but I want to add in maybe more images, right? I don't want to have to add in, you know, just 4. So I want to add in a little bit more. So to do that, I'm gonna go back over here to our columns and add in 5 columns. So now we have 5 images right here. And now for the type right here, you guys can do like different styles. So again, the layout, they have a lot of really cool ones you guys can select, like row, masonry, and then also we have grid, which it basically creates this little kind of like look right here. So there's different ways you guys can really customize your shop. And then right here, you guys can choose like the grid height. You guys can go through like the grid height and each specific type of layout to kind of achieve what look you want for your e-commerce websites. But for the style right here, or for the layout, I'm just gonna go ahead and select like a slider. All right, so we have our images right here and I want 5 columns. And then of course we can add in some def right here. You know, we can get some emphasis of the product, and then def hover if someone hovers over it. And of course we can add in like a animation, so it'll slide into the left like that. So it looks really clean and our products look really, really good. And all this stuff right here can kind of control like, you know, left, right, medium size, etc., small, large. You know, you guys can kind of like, you know, fix the text, and you guys can make the text fade in and out. You know, so it looks really, really cool. You know, you guys can do all sorts of different stuff for hover, or you guys can add in some background color to whatever you want to really customize your shop. But, you know, I don't want to kind of go through all of the basic settings. You guys kind of understand, you know, the post, auto slide, the slider settings, you know, fade into left, etc. So this is a quick rundown, guys, of how you guys can add these specific products to your page and make them look really, really good. And also, if you guys want to add in the description of the products, you would do that through the theme customizer. So for example, let's just say you want your products to show up. Now, this thing's being so weird sometimes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that and go to customize. So sometimes, you know, the builder gets a little backed up. You just gotta kind of mess around with it and fix it. So scrolling down right here, now you guys don't have to follow me, but I just wanna show you something. So I wanna basically add in like the product description. So for the product description, I believe I'm gonna go ahead and do that through the, it is through the shop, and then I think it's the product page. I think the product page will actually apply it to our images that are not even in the product itself. So let's see if I can do this right here. I believe it is, sorry guys, I don't memorize every theme in particular, you know, so if I don't memorize it, you know, don't be mad at me, but let's see right here. So we have, I think it is right here. Okay, so right here, we can actually click this, and this will actually show the short description. So a lot of these other ones in the theme customizer can't control it. Like for example, we can choose to have like the add to cart right here. Now you guys can't see it, but if you guys click on publish and then close the page, it's going to show. So remember, I'm adding the add to cart right here, and I'm also adding the short description for the products. So when I close this page and I open it, it's going to show the short description, and it's also going to change the way it looks right here. So right here now we have add to cart right here, and we have the description of the product right there. So it kind of correlates each other, and it looks really cool, really clean. Now there's other different styles you guys can use for your product categories. So, you know, this is just one of the methods, guys. There's tons of other methods. So for example, let's just say you guys want to have a flip book. You guys can actually have like a flip book on your site instead of having that default setting right here. So right here, I'm gonna click on plus, scroll down and go to, you know, there's a flip book, a product list, but I'm just gonna do flip book. And then here, you know, people can actually just scroll through your products to see how it looks like there. So there's different styles and methods on how you guys can display your products on your shop. And again, I'll click on plus and just simply do this one right here, a product list. And then, you know, we can do like on sale or featured products or best product. It goes by category, guys. So you can't see it right there, but it would go by your presets for your categories. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, delete that one section because it just does not look good. That does not look good. Okay, so that is an example, guys, of how you guys can add in different styles of products to your page. This was by far, guys, the biggest section because the theme has a lot of ability to do a lot for your products. So I hope that was not too hard to understand. And again, you guys can always change the styles right here and everything else, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this section. Let's see right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and update. Okay, now let's go ahead and take a quick look at our shop. So right here, they can see our products, and if someone clicks on the product, they'll be brought to the product, and again, they can always like check it out and everything else. So that is basically, guys, how we do that. Now, I wanna go ahead and keep talking about the products in the shop and all the things that we can do for it. So I wanna actually talk about the shop, and I also wanna talk about the product extra features. So when I first created the simple product right here, we talked about extra. So the extra feature right here, guys, it actually gives you the ability to add different stuff for your products. So right here, we can put like a hot sale, custom tab title, like amazing. Now our product video. So I'm gonna actually show you guys how you guys can add videos for your products if you decide to have that. So right here, I'm gonna do models walking. And just simply I'm just gonna go ahead and take this and I'm gonna copy this right here. All right, so we got this video right here. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and post this right here. Now we also have a light box, so I'm gonna leave that as default. Now these right here are for blocks. So we're gonna talk about blocks in just a little bit, but you guys can also add content above your actual products itself. So right here, put something like howdy, and then, you know, great deal. Now I'm just putting this here just to show you where these are going to show up on the product page. So right here, I'm click on update. And I'm gonna click on view the product. So now you guys can see we have howdy up there. And then right here, we're gonna go ahead and see great deal. Now the reason why it looks like that is because it's actually meant for blocks. And we're gonna talk about blocks in just a little bit. But right here, if I click on this, the video, it's gonna actually show that YouTube video. So for example, let's say you have products that you want to kind of display, you know, as actual video, you can actually do that with this WordPress theme. So it's pretty cool. And then this right here, this bulimic or this anorexic girl is talking about like modeling or whatever, but she needs to gain weight. She's way too skinny. So right here, I'm gonna go to edit the product and I'm gonna actually take out that section right there. But that was basically the extra section, okay? So now that we've talked about products and I've shown you how to display products and everything, I wanna talk about how you guys can basically change your shop page and all of everything that has to deal with shopping and products and all that stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how you guys can customize all of those pages to make them look how you want them to look. So first, let's go ahead and go to our shop page. So this is our shop page right here, and I wanna go ahead and click on customize. Okay, so this is our shop page. Now, I wanna add some widgets to this. I wanna add some things like you guys have seen over here on our other shop page. I wanna add in some like product filter by price. I wanna enter in some other really cool stuff right here. So over here, under the, let's see, under the shop sidebar, we're gonna add a widget. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in a search by price. So guys, widgets are just basically little things that you can have on the sidebar and also have on the footer of your website as well. So let's go ahead and go to, let's just do this, search, product search. And also over here, we have filter by price and recent reviews. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do search by product, search products. All right, and next I'm gonna do filter by price. Because maybe you got some cheap people on your website. You know, they're not cheap, but you know, they're on a budget, you know? So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Filter by price, and people can go ahead and filter this, and it will basically filter it by price. So people can kind of, you know, if they're hurting for money, you know, we can help them out, you know? We don't wanna exclude anybody out of our shop, right? So filter by price, add another widgets, and you guys get the idea now. There are tons of widgets you guys can add. We can add in categories. So right here we have, you know, like the women's, I'm sorry, we have to add product categories. That's for our blog. So add a widget, and then right here we'll type in product categories. So this way right here, we have men's, then we have women's, and then we have, of course, uncategories, because we have to actually delete that one, because by default, WordPress creates one. And don't worry, I'll show you guys how to actually create or delete that. So I'm gonna click on publish now, just to make sure it's saved. And let's go ahead and add in some other products. So right here, we'll do like, I don't know, we can do filter by price, filter by rating, upsells, product categories, product by ratings. So right here, it would be a list of like, you know, top rated products you guys can add. And, you know, you guys get the idea. It just helps people to navigate your website. So basically, you guys can see it looks very similar. Now, I do want to show you guys something. I do want to show you how you guys can kind of, you know, change your actual shop page and be a little bit more customizable. So right here, we have our shop page. Right here under our theme customizer, we have our shop. And we have our shop page. So the category page is the actual page where all your products are at. The product page is the page where your product resides. So first, let me just show you guys how you guys can customize your shop page. So click on category. And right here, we're gonna do, let's go ahead and scroll down. You guys can put the sidebar on the left side or on the right side. And there's different ways you guys can kind of like mess around with your images. Right here, I like this fact that you guys can equalize the image height, because you know, image sizing, guys, is probably one of the most annoying things about WordPress. You guys can change the image height right here to make it look however you want it. So I'm gonna leave it at 100. You guys can list the products per page. You guys can also list the product per row. So if you want, you know, 4 products per row, you guys can do that. Also, you guys can go ahead and change the how it looks for tablet and mobile. Now, the reason why this product right here is slightly off is because the title is too long. So men's amazing shirt. So the option is basically saying we are going to, you know, equalize the image height, which is correct. However, since the title is so long, it's actually bumping down a little bit. So that's basically why it has that feature right there. So yeah. So next we're gonna go to our header. So right here we have our home nav. And then again, you guys can kind of understand how this works. These options are pretty simple. Categories. So if you want to display specific categories on your page, you guys can also do that through the WooCommerce settings. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. But for example, let's just say you want to list only categories like men's, women's, and accessories on your shop. And if someone clicks on it, then they'll go to the that product category. We can do that as well. So I'll talk more about that when we talk about the WooCommerce settings, because that would be under WooCommerce settings. And of course, right here, we can go ahead and change these settings. You guys understand this probably by now. So now let's talk about the actual product page itself. So I'm gonna click on a product. And right now I'm gonna go to product page. So this is right now controlling the actual product page itself. So we can actually customize each specific product page. So for instance, we can change the image size to make it look like that. We can change the navigation up here to whatever we want. We can go ahead and go through all of these and make it look however we want. You guys can do like a Flatsome light box instead. And again, the light box is when someone clicks on it, it opens up. That is a light box. So that's basically what it means when someone says a custom light box. And then there's product title divider. We can align this to the center or to the right or to the left or however you want to do it. You guys can show categories. You guys can show the social icons, etc. All these options right here are pretty self-explanatory, guys. So we talked about upsells. So upsells would appear in the sidebar if you chose to have a sidebar. Remember, upsells are products that you recommend instead of the current product you're viewing. So I've basically shown you guys how to kind of customize your product page, your category page, and the account page. Or no, not the account page yet. But I want to introduce you all to blocks. So what blocks are is blocks basically allows you to basically build this page. It makes it so you guys can add stuff to it. Now by default, you cannot do this with any other WordPress theme, but Flatsome you can. So let me just give you an example of what blocks are. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and click on publish and click on X. Now you guys don't have to follow me. You guys can kind of sit back and relax and just hang out. And I'm gonna show you all what blocks are. So over here, under blocks, we're gonna go to add new. And right here, I'm gonna do shop title. And I'm going to enable the UX builder. Oh, stay and then publish this. All right, and I'm going to enable the UX builder. So right here, I'm gonna add some content. I'm going to insert a, what should I insert? We'll do, I don't know, we'll do let's go to Flatsome Studio. I'm really lazy here. We'll just do like a banner. We'll add in something like, let's see here, features. Oh, we'll do new arrivals. That's perfect. So we have campaign or banner. All right, so over here, I'll do something like call to action, new arrivals. Here we go, import. I'll go ahead and import this. All right, so this is the section that I currently have. And of course, we can go ahead and edit it here. The height is a little bit too long. Maybe I want it a little bit shorter. Something like, we'll do something like 300 or something. And then this section, these buttons right here, I don't really want these buttons because we already have product categories on our page on the widget section, remember? So I'm gonna go ahead and delete these. I don't want any of these buttons. We can always add buttons, but I'm choosing not to because I don't want to distract our customers when they're on our shop. I just want this new arrival section. Okay, and I'm gonna click on X. Really quickly, so I basically made the page. Now I want to take this short code. Remember how we talked about the header section and that footer section when we had products and it looked kind of weird? Well, now we're actually going to use that and utilize it for our shop page. So I'm going to go ahead and go to our site now. So now that we've made our block, I'm going to go to shop and I'm going to go to customize. All right, so I'm going to go to my shop right here. I'm going to go to the category page. And right here, I want to go ahead and paste that shortcode in there now. And now it looks like that. So that looks much better than what it looked like before. So if you guys want to add this or something else onto your shop page, you would do it through the block section. So I know this section is a lot to absorb, guys, with the products and everything, but I just want to make sure that you guys kind of understand, you know, how it works out and everything else. So that is an example of what blocks are. And you guys can add blocks anywhere. So there's tons of places where you guys can add blocks. So right here, we added another block actually below that, but you know, that's stupid because that actually will delete your products. So don't do that. So right here, I'm gonna click on publish. So now that you guys know what blocks are, we can actually add blocks on our account page, our checkout page, on all of the pages that you normally couldn't customize with WooCommerce. So let's go ahead and decorate it. So I've shown you guys how to basically customize the shop page. And again, if you go to your product section and go to edit product, you can add those blocks even on the specific products. So over here under extra, under the custom tab section, right here it says shortcodes are allowed. So you can go ahead and enter it there. You guys can also do it through the theme customizer. So right here, I'm gonna go to product page. Okay, product page, and I believe we can go ahead and enter the shortcode also on our product page. You know, I'm not really sure if we can or cannot. Yeah, you know, I don't think we can, but then again, I don't think you would really want to, because that would be crazy. Adding a specific block for each specific product, I think that would be a lot of work. I thought you could though. I really thought you could. I don't use this theme all the time, so I use a lot of themes. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just save this right here. Yeah, we can't, you know, that's so sad. Oh wait, I think we can here. So I think we can under the UX builder. So let me actually show you one more time. We can actually edit this with a UX builder. Now I believe with the UX builder, guys, you guys can actually add content below it. So you guys can't add content above it, but you guys can add content right here, and then maybe you want to click on this, and then we have the block section, or you can add in whatever you want and customize it just like a regular page. So right here, remember we have the block. I can go ahead and select the block and then make it appear right there. But again, it's only going to appear in the bottom description of this section. So sorry about that. I thought you could, but I'm going to go ahead and just delete this. But again, you know, I don't think people out there would really want to decorate each specific part of the shop, because that would be crazy. Adding a custom page for each product would be a lot. All right, so right here, I'm gonna click on exit. So I've shown you how to categorize those specific sections. So the shop page, the actual product page. Now let's just say you wanna go to checkout. So view the cart. Now this section right here, we can also edit this section as well. So right here under the edit with UX builder, we can click on edit with UX builder. And we can actually go ahead and customize this specific section as well. So right here we have like the cart section. So right here we can add content, and then maybe you want to go ahead and add in like something else. And this is great, guys, where you can enter like something like coupons in. So this specific section, you'd want to advertise those coupons, and not to worry, because we're going to talk all about the WooCommerce settings and coupons a little bit later in this tutorial. So I'm just going to go ahead and just import something really quickly, just to make sure you guys understand how this works. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and drag it up here. And now voila, we have this section right here below our cart. Now that, of course, that is way too big. So we could always reduce this size to make it look a little bit smaller. And then maybe right here, we can advertise some coupons to make it look really, really cool. So you guys can kind of understand how you guys can customize this section right here to make it look really, really cool. So again, you know, also, the WC cart, do not delete that. If you do delete that, guys, this section right here is gonna be history. It's gonna disappear. And I know you guys don't want that, okay? So don't do that. That's a no-no, don't do that, okay? So basically we can customize the cart page, right? Now let's just say your customers make, you know, they have an account, right? So we wanna be able to customize our My Account shop. And guys, it's the same exact way. So My Account, and right here, edit with UX builder. And then right here, we can go ahead and put some stuff in. Now, by default, guys, do not get rid of that because these are the shortcodes that WooCommerce needs for all this stuff to generate. But we can always customize their portal. So this right here is a portal, guys. And I think a great thing to do here is to add in your Facebook group, or to add in future sales, or to add in products that they might be interested in. So for example, add content. I'll just simply select maybe like a countdown for a sale. And then here you can probably put like a countdown to a sale. Now I'm not gonna go ahead and go through these options. I think you guys can kind of read this and kind of, you know, get the idea of it. And then maybe right here, you wanna add in something like social icons to your shop. And then right here, you can just put in like the, you know, I'm just gonna put in the number signs. This will make the icons appear. Okay, so then maybe click on apply and click on update. Now the reason why I'm showing you this, guys, is because other themes cannot do this. So the fact that this theme can do this is nothing short of amazing. So by default, guys, when you use other themes, you can't decorate any of this. But with Flatsome, you can. So I just want to introduce you all to this and show you all that you can edit all this stuff. So I've shown you guys how to, you know, customize your account page. So if I go to view the carts, oh, let me go ahead and close this builder really quick. Okay. So right here, I'm gonna go to view the cart. And now that I've shown you guys how to decorate this section, let's go ahead and go to proceed to checkout. Now, there are various forms that you guys can use to decorate the checkout page. You guys can also edit this page as well. So right here, you guys can go ahead and enter something else in here, like right here, plus Flatsome Studio. And then maybe right here, you want to add in like a thank you banner or just something to kind of encourage, you know, a future sale. So not a countdown. Don't put a countdown because that would be like, they're not going to buy anything and they're going to want to come back when they get a better deal. You don't want to put a countdown. You don't want to put a coupon. You don't want to put anything that advertises cheaper prices because that's just going to make people want to leave. It could be, let's see right here. You could do something like, I don't know, maybe you guys could even put in products. You guys can add in member product categories onto the page or something or whatever you want. I'll just do something really quick just so you guys can see it. So I'll just do, like Christmas is coming. Maybe you can actually link them to a specific part of your next sale. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and click on options and I'm gonna reduce the height of this banner because it's way too big. Okay, and then click on apply. Now for this shop section right here, this button, maybe you can link them to a section where only they will have access to, which is pretty cool. You know, you can link them to like something else. So right here, you'd put like, or let's see, HTTPS. And then we'll do like a new window. Click on apply, click on update. So what I just did is basically if someone clicks on this, they're gonna go to whatever part you want them to go to. So, you know, that's kind of a quick understanding of how you can link them to different parts of your website. Now, if you guys don't know how to link them to different parts of your website, I'm gonna show you right now, even though it's pretty simple. So right here, let's just say, let's go to the women's section. You're just gonna go ahead and copy this link, go back to go back to your checkout, whatever. So checkout, and then we're just going to insert that link. So this is where you get the links. So wherever you want to link them, it's just like, you know, putting the link in and, you know, right here. So I'll just go ahead and paste this right there and apply and then done. So when someone clicks on that link, they'll be brought to the woman's shop. And again, you can link them to any part of your website, guys. You can link them to anywhere. So it's just really using your imagination at this point to kind of making it so, you know, you navigate your customers and tell them where to go. Okay. So again, this theme is amazing. We can decorate this page, but there's also one other feature that we can do. So right here under cart and checkout layout, there are different layouts for the checkout page. So you don't have to use that. There's like another way, like a simple new, and then simple focused. Now that is clean. That is really super clean. The fact that we can add it like this right here. So I think that's really cool. Cart sidebar content. You guys can add in some more content right here. Floating field labels. That is new. Floating field labels. Well, they have all sorts of options, guys. You know, you guys can look out here. So I like the focus one. I think this right here is a super clean, super simple checkout form. I would recommend it. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that. Now, the last thing I want to do before we talk about the products, or before we go on to the next part of the section, is in the beginning of this tutorial, I showed you guys how to do this section right here. So I just want to basically quickly show you guys how you guys can display categories on your page instead of having single products. So really quickly, I'm gonna go to my dashboard. We're gonna go to our product section and click on categories. So right here we have uncategorized, men and women. So really quickly, I'm going to edit this and just do accessories, just for tutorial purposes. We only have two, categories, but I'm just going to go ahead and just show you guys how this works. Okay, now I want to add an image for this. So right here, I'm going to add in an image. I'm going to select that, or maybe the glasses, and then click on update. Okay, back to categories for men's. You guys don't have to follow me here. I'm just kind of giving you guys an idea of how to add, first off, images to your product categories, and then how to display categories as well. So right here, women's, I'm gonna go ahead and just select an upload image. I'll select that one. That one's sexy, huh? We'll add in so many pictures. All right, we'll add in that one. and then update. There we go. So let's go back to our sites. And you guys have done an amazing job by now. If you guys are still with me, congratulations. The next thing we're gonna do is show you guys how to insert product categories. So scrolling down here, I'm gonna click on this plus and just go to product categories. So right here we have product categories. So let's go ahead and scroll down right there. So right here we have men's, women's, and then we're gonna go ahead and do something else like default, normal. Now the reason why the accessories doesn't show up actually is because we didn't add any products for that category. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just put in like 2 columns. Now it does look a little strange, but again, remember how we talked about the image sizing? You guys can basically edit this to make it look however you want. Like you guys can make it a little bit more fixated like that. And then you guys can change like the radius, like to make it a little bit more circular, etc. So that's basically how you guys can, do categories for your specific products. So again, we went through this before, so I'm not going to go through it again. But that's how you guys display product categories. And if someone clicks on this, they're going to be brought to that page where your categories reside. So let me just show you quickly. I'm going to click on this, and it's going to take them to the woman products. Okay, so I hope you guys understand how that works. It's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And again, there's our shop page. Okay, so this whole section we covered, guys, was everything about products, decorating your product shop page, widgets, blocks, product categories. This was probably the hardest part of this tutorial. Everything else is pretty simple, but now that you guys understand how to upload products, how you guys can fully customize it, the next section we're going to do is we're actually going to finish the home page. After you finish the home page, we're going to do the about and contact us, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about the theme customizer and WooCommerce settings, which is probably the most important section, okay? So in this section, we're going to start using more widgets. I'm going to introduce you all more to the theme customizer, and we're also going to use some more plugins, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. So let's keep going, and right now we're going to go ahead and finish the homepage right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this right here. Now I'm going to show you how you can add an email subscription for your website. We will need a plugin for it. All right, so that kind of froze a little bit. It's weird, but it's okay. It does that sometimes. So scrolling down here, I'm going to go ahead and delete the product categories because I don't really want it. And I want to add in content and a Flatsome Studio. So I want to go ahead and add in something like a sign-up form. And there's a bunch of them we can add in. I'm going to go ahead and add in this one right here. Now we can always make this ourselves, guys, but Personally, the theme has kind of designed it around itself. You know, why would we do everything complicated when we can just simply go ahead and use one of their templates, click on it, edit it, or even just change the text position wherever we wanted. You know, this way is so much easier. So I highly recommend to use the template system more than the actual page builder, because the page builder, again, you can always make it yourself, but why would you if they've made thousands of templates for you, you know? So right here, this is a shortcode. Now we will need to actually install a plugin. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and close this. So if it ever does that, guys, where it resets, just do this right here. Just go to your domain and it should work fine. All right, so let's go ahead and install a plugin that will allow us to add emails. So right here, plugins, add new. So in short, guys, plugins are basically apps for your website. Just like there's apps for your iPhone or something, plugins are basically added features for your website. So for example, this one right here helps with SEO. This one right here, WooCommerce, which is what we use, helps sell. There's so many plugins out there, guys. There's like literally 50,000 of them. So there's tons of them. Like this one right here will limit your login on your WordPress website. So if someone's trying to hack on it, it will basically lock your WordPress website. This one's for security. This right here helps with caching. This right here is Google Analytics, and so on and so forth. Now the one that we need right here is called Contact Form 7. So right here, I'm click on Install Now, and go to Activate. All right, so we basically activated Contact Form 7. Now right here, I'm click on Settings, and we have a contact form by default. So I'm gonna go and click on Add New. We're gonna add a new contact form. This is gonna be called Sign Up. And right here, I'm gonna click on Save. Just to save it, just to make sure everything's okay. So right here is a simple contact form. This is a newsletter, and this is a newsletter form vertical. Now, this is what we want right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy all this. I know it's code, it looks a little complicated, but it's really not. And under form right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just delete all this and paste that right there. And right here, I'm gonna click on Save. Okay, so I basically made a sign up form from Contact Form 7. So now let's go ahead and insert it on our website. So right here, I'm gonna click on Edit with UX Builder. And I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down right here. And right here, I'm gonna click on this right here, left click. Now right here where it says form, for the form, I wanna select sign up. So this will basically create our contact form for us. So it does look a little distorted right here, so we can kind of move this around to make it look a little bit more cleaner, something like that. And then right here, click on apply and then update. All right, so now if someone signs up to this, it's going to actually go to the email that we want registered for it. So if you guys go back to your contact form, you guys, or your, I'm sorry, the plugins. So I'm gonna go to my dashboard. I'm gonna go to plugins, installed plugins, and go to settings for my Contact Form 7. Under the sign up section, we actually can list an email of where we want these emails to go. So right here under mail, you can see that it would go to this address. So whenever they sign up, it's going to send them a notification saying, hey, you know, you actually got a subscriber. And then from there, you guys can use a subscription service like MailChimp to build an email list. Now, I do have a full tutorial on MailChimp in the description of this video, but in this tutorial, I'm not gonna go over email marketing or signing up for email subscription because that will take a lot of time, guys. And I don't want to get off topic and start talking about email marketing and stuff. So that right there is basically how you guys add a contact form, an email form on your website, and you guys can test it. So let's go ahead and test that really quickly just to make sure it's working. So I'm gonna go to my Gmail and I'm gonna go back to this website and I'm gonna go ahead and type in an email. So and then right here I'm click on sign up. So now you guys see this form right here. Thank you for your message. It has been sent. So if we go ahead and go to the email, which is the one I currently have right here, you see how the email is right here. And then again, the email that we subscribed for is right there. So that is a way people can send you their emails and you can build a subscription list, okay? So let's go ahead and keep on going. We're gonna go ahead and keep pushing to the end of the section right here. And guys, if you guys are here, congratulations. We are doing really, really well. So the next section that we're gonna do is we're gonna do the the Instagram, and then our blog section, and then our footer section. So right here, I'm gonna go ahead and click on plus. Or first, we gotta edit the UX builder, of course. And I'm gonna refresh it. So it does do that sometimes, just to let you guys know it does get like a little weird. So scrolling down to the bottom, I'm gonna click on this plus icon, and we are now going to keep making sections. Now I can always just duplicate that other section that I have with the title, which is kind of what I want to do. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take this and drag it down, women's products, and right here I'm gonna put Instagram. And then right here we can click on plus, and then we're gonna go ahead and add in a widget. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and add in we can add an Instagram feed right here, or we can use a plugin. But I'll just go ahead and use the Instagram feed because it's more simpler. So right here, you guys can already see that it's starting to come up. So right here we have in the Instagram feed. Oops, I'm gonna click on options again. So there's different ways you guys can style this with the type, with the slider. You guys can select a column amount of images, etc. And it's just a really beautiful Instagram module these guys have added. There are a lot of plugins that do the same feature that are usually pro features, like you got to pay like 50 bucks, etc. So here you guys can go ahead and add in all of the the settings right here, such as columns, and all these guys are the same exact options. So I'm not going to go ahead and go through these. You guys kind of understand how this works. You're going to go ahead and put in your username right there. So I use a username from another WordPress theme. Let's see right here if I can go ahead and grab it for you guys. Again, so you would link your Instagram right there, not mine, not anyone else's. You would put yours. So your username right there, it would just display your feed right here. And again, you guys can use it to kind of customize it and make it look however you want. So let's go ahead and load this UX Builder on my other website right here. I'm going to go ahead and do options, and then simply grab this. I'm going to go ahead and take this right here, and I'm going to go ahead and paste this. This is another WordPress theme, and then we can edit it to like columns, maybe 4 columns, something looks like that. Something cute, really cute. And then again, we can go through these settings, maybe just 8 images. Okay, so I'm gonna click on apply and click on update. All right, so the next section, guys, is the blog section. So let's keep going. We're doing really good. So right here, this Instagram title, I'm gonna go ahead and just copy this again. Click on back, and I wanna go ahead and just take this and drag it down. And this is going to introduce the next section, which is our blog section. And then maybe we wanna add in some margin to the top, like that. Okay. So right here, I'm click on apply and click on update. And guys, blog posts work the same way as pages. So just like we made a page, let me go ahead and click on this, go back. The same way we made a page is the same way we make a post. So right here under plus new, I'm gonna go to post. And then right here, we can just put in like, 10 things about, or 10 best vacation spots. Vacation, I can't even spell. Vacation spots. And then here we'll go ahead and scroll down, and we can set a featured image for it. And we'll put this, or I don't know, we'll do something like this right here, or I don't know, we'll put that one right there. And then right here, you can go ahead and put in your content. And you can also use the UX Builder to create a custom post. So just like you made a page, you can do the same exact thing for your post, which is pretty amazing because a lot of WordPress themes do not allow you to do that. So right here under categories again, you can make a category. So for example, let's say you want to list specific categories on the front page, you can do that right there. But I don't want to really make a full blog post, guys. I don't really want to go through all that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and probably just steal the other, the content I have over here. And just simply take that content right there and just use that content instead of, making everything all over again. I actually just used a blog post from my website, darrelwilson.com. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down here and click on this. And there is my blog post. Simply take this right here, copy it. Now right here, guys, I just added some images, and I did this by basically using the UX Builder. So if you guys want to, get more customizable, you guys can always use the UX Builder instead. Default, it'll look like this right here. If you guys go ahead and publish it. Let me give you guys an example of how this looks. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and view the post. And there you go. So this is the actual post. We have the featured image. We have our content. People can share it. People can comment and all sorts of stuff. And again, guys, also, just like we did the shop page, we can add widgets on our blog page. And we're gonna talk more about that when we talk about the footer. And that's the last section where we're gonna talk about like widgets and footers and plugins, etc. So you guys are definitely getting there. So also, if you guys want to edit this with the UX Builder, you guys can do that as well. I like the templates. I think the templates are great that you guys can just kind of add a template here, make it really simple, and then just, you know, make a full post really quickly. So my builder is being a little glitchy. So there we go. So right here, you guys can just add in like a template, you know, like a blog or something. And this is great for, you know, whatever you want to do. So, you know, you guys can get the idea. I'll just import it just to give you guys an idea of how you guys can mess around with the blog and use the UX Builder. So here, you know, now we can see that we have this blog. And yeah, so you guys get it. You guys totally understand, right? So hopefully by now you guys kind of get how that works. But I don't really want to go ahead and use that. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all this stuff. I just like the actual, the default stuff. I think too much on the blog page can be very distracting. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And I just want the text. So just like it was before. But again, you can always use the UX Builder to go above and beyond and add images and all sorts of cool stuff. Okay. So let's go ahead and keep going. I'm going to go to Exit Builder. Oh, so if it does that, guys, just go ahead and delete all that and go to our domain. I know it does that. It's weird, glitchy stuff sometimes, but you know, what are you going to do? So scrolling down here, we have our Instagram and we have our blog. So we made a blog post. Now we need to actually incorporate it on our website. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down. And right here under the add to content, we're going to go ahead and add in the blog section. So we need to add in the blog post right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just do, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down right here for our desktop. And right here is our blog post where they're going to show up. And again, you guys can decorate it with columns, everything else, but all your blog posts are going to show up there and it looks really, really clean. So it looks really good. And that's basically how you guys enter a blog post. Now, of course, I can always enter in more like the demo, but I think by now you guys understand how that works. I just basically made 3 blog posts and all my blog posts will show up right here. Okay, so that's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so the next section, we are going to do the fun stuff. We're going to do the footer section and we're also going to do the widgets and the sidebar. And guys, we are nearing to the end of this tutorial. So if you guys are here so far, congratulations, because after we talk about this, the last thing we're going to talk about is designing and then WooCommerce settings, and you're going to be all set and ready to go with your e-commerce website. So let's go ahead and do the footer section now. So right here, I'm going to go to Update. Click on Close. Now right here are our Customize section. So in order to decorate the footer, we will need to go to the Theme Customizer. So right here, you guys can see we have footer. And I'm gonna go ahead and scroll down. And custom footer block. Remember how we made blocks earlier for the shop title and everything else? You guys can do the same exact thing right here for the footer. So you can actually make a custom footer. So for example, you can kind of like design it to look like this. So maybe a text module, text module, text module, text module, etc. Or you guys can use the actual default settings for the theme, which we are going to use. We're not going to make a custom footer in this tutorial, but you can. So I'm just basically telling you that, you know, you can make one in a block and then add it to the bottom. But let's go ahead now and go to footer area 1. So right here we have 4 columns, and I want to edit the footer widgets. So we have footer 1 and footer 2. So this theme comes with 2 footers. I think you should only use one of them. However, you are more than welcome to use a few of them. And if you guys go to the Flatsome, let me give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. So the Flatsome demo, I'm going to show you exactly what the footer 1 is and the footer 2, just in case you guys decide to use it. So let's see right here. I'm going to go to my demos really quick and give you an example. Let's find it. Let's go hunting, huh? Classic shop. All right. Okay, so this section right here is footer area 1, where you can add best-selling products, you can add arbitrary text, you can add featured or top-rated products. This right here is section number 2, where you can add tags, your blog information, about us, social icons, and a sign-up form. Now, it's strictly up to you if you want to have a footer this big. Personally, I believe this footer is a little bit too large. You know, most footers are pretty small, and this comes off as a little bit too spammy. But then again, whatever works for you and your store, you are more than welcome to do. So for footer area 1, we can add a widget. And I'm going to enter the arbitrary text. And then right here, you can do something like about us. And then right here, you can go ahead and talk about yourself. So I'm just going to go ahead and maybe grab some dummy text really quick. And simply go ahead and just paste that right there. And then you're going to see all that text come up right there. So this is the footer area 1. Now, I don't really want to decorate footer area 1 because I'm just giving you an example of what footer area 1 and footer area 2 is. So I'm going to go ahead and just say, okay, I'm going to delete this, and I only want to have one footer, and I want to just use it for the arbitrary text, or I'm sorry, the bottom footer, which is the gray area. So here, I'm going to do about us, and paste it in there like that. All right. Next, I'm going to add a widget, and maybe you want to add in some products. So right here, we're going to enter products. We can add products by rating. So when customers rate your products, it can go up there. Or we can add product categories, which is we have accessory, men's, and women's. And then, you know, you can just type in product categories and it'll show up there. So, you know, it's up to you. You know, by now, you guys kind of understand the idea of it. So product categories, and people can select it. Clicking this, click on add a widgets. We will do contact info and map. We can do that as well. So right here, we can enter like a contact information and map right there. So that's pretty cool. Going over, we can actually show the map. I think we'll need a Google API key for that. You know, guys, I do have another tutorial on Google Maps to display it. So I'm not going to really go through it here, but it's very, very simple. It's really, really easy. But I'll be putting that for another tutorial. I'll put that in the description as well, just because I don't want to go to Google API and all that stuff. It's annoying. So anyways, let's go ahead and add in something else. We'll add in WooCommerce products. So products, we will do some just basic products. And right here, we have a list of products that will show, but I only want 4 to show. All right, so there are some products. And lastly, I probably want to add something like a InstraGram widget right here at the bottom. So right here, I'm gonna click on publish. Now, in order to get that, we need to install a plugin. So remember how we use plugins for various reasons? So we're going to use a plugin now for an InstraGram widget. And guys, there are so many, let's see here, install plugins. Guys, there are so many widgets for a bunch of different things. I'm sorry, go to plugins and go to add new. There we go. So right here, we're going to do Instagram. And there's, you know, plugins for it. There's plugins for virtually everything. Now, the one I want is WP Instagram widgets. So this one, I'm gonna click on install now and go to activate. And this is basically going to create a widget so I can use this for parts of my blog or parts of my footer. So let's go ahead and go to customize now. So now that we have the actual plugin installed, it'll give us the ability to have that on our bottom page right here. So I'm gonna go to click on footer widget 2. Now right here, add a widget and simply find the Instagram widget now. So Instagram, there it goes. And I'm gonna go ahead and put the actual, just the random theme that I grabbed. So right here, there is the pictures. And if they click on it, it will take them directly to that Instagram. So right here, you can put Instagram, or you can put something like follow us, or any other various things that you need. Okay, so right here, click on publish and click on X. So I've basically gone over widgets, guys. Also on your blog page, you can actually add widgets. So if I click on this blog page right here, you guys can see I have widgets right here. Now you guys can also edit this with the UX builder, and you guys can also edit the actual post in the theme customizer. So there's a lot of ways you guys can edit the blog. So right here under blog layouts, you guys can use it to, like, you know, various different ways you guys can decorate the blog layouts as well. So I'm not going to go too much into the blog, guys, because it is a whole nother ballpark. Like this, for example, is a single post. So if I do like, single post to the left, it's going to show up to the left, no sidebar, etc. So the single blog post will actually control the specific blog post itself. Okay. If you guys want to decorate the actual blog layout, you guys can actually add the blog section to the menu. So let's do that really quickly, just so you guys understand how to do that. So I'm going to click back right here. You guys don't have to follow me here. I just want to make sure that you guys understand how to add certain parts to your menu. So right here, I'm going to go to view all. Or let's see right here. We're going to go to our posts. And right here, we have our blog posts. So you guys can simply go ahead and add it in your blog post, or you can make a page for a blog, and then you can actually add the blog module instead. So let me just give you a quick demonstration of both to make sure you understand how to do this. So right here, add it to menu. You guys can always make like blog categories or something like that. So you guys can see now we have 10 best vacation spots. And if I go to visit sites, you're gonna see test 10 best vacation spots. And if I click on it, it's gonna take them directly to that blog. Alternatively, you guys can make a page for it. So right here, we can do a page and do something like blog. Click on full with templates and publish. Now again, you guys don't have to follow me here because this section right here is totally optional. So you don't have to do that, but I'm just basically explaining the overview how you do this. So right here, add to contents. And then right here, we have the, we can add in like a row or whatever, but I want to find the blog module. So that's all I really want is the blog posts. And then right here, you guys can see we have the blog post. So we can make a specific page for it. And then with the theme customizer, we can actually design it. And we can also design it right here too. There's two ways. You know how for the product section, we have like you can edit through here, and then we can also edit it through the theme customizer. So there's various ways on how you can edit your blog posts, and it's basically, guys, the same exact settings all over again. It's just with blog posts. So blog posts act very similar to products. So right here, we click on apply, click on update. And then right here, I'm click on X. All right, so we have a blog page. Now let's just say you want to go ahead and add this to your menu. So again, guys, same exact thing, appearance and menus. And you guys can also do the same thing for your posts. So if you guys just want to have like a category, like 10 best vacation spots on it, you can do that. Or you can just go ahead and add in the entire blog section. So right here, blog. And drag that up here. Click on save menu. And now let's go ahead and click on visit site. So visit site, blog, and voila. These where all your blog posts are going to show up. Now I do want to change this a little bit. Maybe I can add in like an image here just to make it a little bit more customizable, or just to make it a little bit more better, because by default, guys, you always get a default blog post, and you also get default pages as well. So something like this right here, where we can add something like this right here, a little bit more neater, it's a little ugly. All right. And again, guys, same exact thing as products. So you can add post categories, you can add tags to your post. Blog posts work the same exact way as products. So right here, you guys can see we have a really clean section right here. And again, you can go to customize, and you can fully customize your blog section, your layout and everything with, through the theme customizer as well. So you guys can add a sidebar, no sidebar, etc. So I'm not going to go too far, guys, into blog posts because, again, it is, it is a whole new ballpark. But yeah, this is basically where you guys can, customize everything to make everything like however you guys want it to look. So there's a lot of ways you guys can customize this. And again, this is for the single post. So when you click on it, it will actually, it's going to basically, the single post is for the actual section like this right here, okay? And also, you guys will need to assign a blog page. So right here under homepage and settings, under posts, you will need to select this to blog. And if you click on publish, we'll go back to here to blog. And now you guys can see that the actual theme settings are working, because before they weren't working. So that's because we had to assign it first. So sorry if I was a little too quick there. I just I don't want to spend too much time on the blog section, but I also want to show you how you can customize it So again, you know, the blog layout, you will need to set it as a, you guys will need to assign it to a page. But there's tons of different ways you guys can design the blog, guys. And I know I'm going a little quickly over the blog module, but the customization you guys can do to this is incredible. It's amazing. And there's just so much stuff you guys can do with the blog, and I can talk about it for another hour, but I'm choosing not to, just because now we're focusing more on e-commerce, and I don't want to talk more about blogs and, you know, because we can talk about, you know, categories and all sorts of stuff, but it's yeah, you guys get it. You guys get it. Congratulations. You guys graduated. All right, so we've basically done that. We've done the blog section. We've done the footer. Now, one really big section I want to talk about is the header section right here. So we can fully customize the header section and also get a logo. Now, if you guys do need a logo, there is a link in the description of this video to Fiverr.com. And Fiverr.com, guys, is a great resource where you guys can get a logo for really, really cheap. So right here, I'll type in like logo services. And then right here, these guys will make you a logo for like $5. It's really good. And I got my logo from them. So again, the stuff they provide is really cool, actually. I know it sounds like kind of scammy, but it's actually really cool. So let's go ahead and click on customize. And now in this section, guys, we're going to talk all about the theme customizer and also the Flatsome customizer. So right here, we have our header section. And we have different presets, guys. So I want to click on presets and kind of get you guys a little bit more familiar with this. So right here, I'm going to click on this one. Now you're going to see our header look like that. I'm going to click on this next one. Now you're going to see it look like this. So basically the logo's in the center. We have a search icon, a main menu, and then we have our secondary menu, our account, and our cart. We can also do something like this, or we can do something like this, and we can kind of, you know, keep messing around. We can also see how it looks on mobile and tablet as well. So it's fully optimized for the, you know, for the phone and tablet, but we'll talk about mobile optimization a little bit later. This theme by default is actually very mobile responsive. I have used other themes that really aren't, but I gotta be honest, this theme is pretty good out of the box. So right here are other presets you guys can use. All right, I think the one I used was something like this right here. So we have like a sign up form and join and all this other stuff. So, or we click on this right here and click on buy. And guys, the idea behind this, like for example, this header right here is that we can actually link them to different parts of your shop. So if you guys want to link them to like a specific area of your shop, that's how we can do it. So for example, right here, we have button 1 and button 2. Now I know right here it looks a little different, but for example, right here, you can just go ahead and take this, drag it, and it'll delete it. And right here under button 1, you can actually say buy now. And then right here, you can link them to your shop. Remember how earlier we talked about how you can link them to different parts of your website? That is exactly what this section is right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to my presets again. And let's just say, for example, you wanna just, you know, customize this yourself. You don't want the presets, which I think you should because they're amazing, but you're more than welcome to do anything you want. So let's say, for example, right here, under the HTML1, I don't want that there. Instead, I want to add in a search form. So I'm going to go ahead and drag and drop a search form. Now you guys can see a search form shows up right here. So this first row right here is the blue section. This middle section right here is this section. Now, if you guys want to add a third section, you guys can just simply go ahead and do like a checkout button or a newsletter right here, and then a navigation icon. So that's basically how that kind of works, okay? So I'm just kind of giving you guys a quick understanding of the header section. You guys can totally build your own. You're more than welcome to, but again, you know, if you want to add buttons, you can add a button here. You can add a button here. HTML, guys, don't be scared by that. It's just text. So right here, you can see that add anything here or remove it. So for example, right here, we have HTML3 right here in the middle. Now, if I want to, like, for example, this one right here, if I want to change anything, I can simply just go ahead and take this right here and put like check or use Darrel for coupon. And now you guys can see that that right there is a custom form. And then of course right here, you guys can just go ahead and copy and paste this. And for example, HTML3, which is right here, we can just go ahead and use that right there. So now you guys can see it's showing up right there. And then right here, you can type in something else. And then you can mix and match. You can put this there or there, etc. Now, I highly recommend, guys, to use the presets because these guys actually do a very good job with the presets. And I don't say that too much because I want people to customize the site themselves. But I mean, they have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so many different styles. So I like this one right here. I think this one right here is very ideal because it just encourages engagement, encourages people to buy, and alternatively, I just think it's really, really good. So right here we have sign up and join, which is basically the same thing. Now, your customers will need to go to the account page in order to make an account. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly on how to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a new tab. And again, you guys don't have to follow me here. This is strictly optional, but we need the account link to basically bring people to that page. So right here under pages, all pages, we're going to find the account section, which is right here. We click on view, that's fine. And I want to go to my account right here. So copy, and now sign up right here. We're going to link them to my account. Now, if they do not have an account, guys, if they do not have one, it will actually link them to a registration form. So for example, we're going to go to my demo website right here, and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration on how this works. So I'm going to go ahead and log out. So I logged out on my website right here. Now I'm going to go to my website right here, and right here I'm going to go ahead and put in the my account section. So basically, if you're not logged in, you're going to basically be brought to a registration form. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go click on back right here, and I'm just going to give you guys an example of how this works. So right here, I'm going to click on sign up. Now if you look at the bottom left of my screen, it says my account. So by clicking on sign up right here, you'll be brought to this page right here. It's a very beautiful contact form. And right here, you guys can decorate it just like we did earlier. So your users will see the same thing on the My Account section. Now, really quickly, I have a full tutorial, guys, on social login, and I highly recommend it because right here, someone can just click on login with Facebook, just like you see all those other websites have, and it can basically create an account for them via Facebook. So for example, if I click on this right here, it's logging them in with Facebook. And if you guys see the speed of that, that is pretty fast. So basically, it already created the account, everything's done, and they have an account now through Facebook. So I have a full tutorial on that as well. It's only about 5 minutes long. The reason why I did not add it in this tutorial is because I wanted to put it on YouTube because other people might be looking for it. And also, you have to create a Facebook app. So also really quickly, if you guys want to change the color of these buttons right here, just like how I have it, right here, you guys can see color. So right now I'm on the button section. So here I'm gonna click on secondary, and then you can add success or alert or whatever color you want. And then right here, you can change like the outline, you can shade it, whatever you wanna do. You can mix and match and get customizable. Now you can get here by clicking on the button 1 section. It'll take you to that section as well. So guys, there's a lot of different ways you guys can customize your header right here. So I think I did something like, so secondary, and then this other one right here, I just did like primary, stuff like that to make it a little bit more, make it a little bit more user-friendly. It's a very user-friendly interface right there. And so now that I've shown you guys how to do that, let's talk about the actual theme customizer and all of the settings. So I've kind of showed you guys how to use the actual, the header, how you guys can customize it yourself. Now, the reason why it's not showing up at the top right there is because we have to actually enable the top bar. So right here at our top bar, we got to click on enable the top bar. And you guys can control the height of it. You guys can change the color, the background, the navigation style. It is fully customizable, and you guys can have tons of fun going through all of these settings. So first, let's talk about the presets. We did the presets. Let's talk about logo and site. So here's where you can change the site identity. You guys can display the logo below. You guys can change the logo position. However, that's really not necessary because remember right here, we can already change it as well. So remember, a lot of these options can kind of conflict each other. And this is where you're going to upload your logo. And you can upload a logo here, a light version, a different style. You can add the logo container width. You can, kind of change it to however you want, etc. Logo padding, a site icon. Now, a site icon, guys, is also called a favicon. If you look at these top pages right here, you see this picture of this camera, of this YouTube thing, of the Fiverr logo. This is basically what you want for your website when someone visits it. So right here, it's just a blank page, but we can go ahead and select a quick image right here. And it should be around 512 by 512. You guys can actually use a Fiverr if you guys need image resizing or something. But I'm just gonna select this guy right here. And then you guys can see right here how this guy's face is showing. So this is probably where you want to add in your logo or something and, you know, make it a little bit more decorative. I'm just using this as a, you know, a demo just to show you guys that that's basically, you know, how that works. But, okay, so next section, top bar, of course, we can go over that. Header main, you guys can change like the width of everything, the style. You guys can change like the height of everything as well. And remember, if sometimes it doesn't work, it's because the theme customizer can override certain settings. So if it doesn't work, it's probably somewhere in the themes customizer that you have a different setting somewhere that's basically conflicting it. Header bottom, so right here you can change the header bottom, but this is disabled. So if I want to enable it, we can add something on the header bottom right here, and now we can control like the height and everything. So that's basically how we do that. The height right here, the navigation, etc. So this right here controls the section right here. And again, we can change the font, you know, make it bigger, etc. Okay. So remember, you must have the header bottom right here to kind of, you know, decorate it, make it a little bit bigger. So I don't really want it though. I think it's kind of ugly. You know, I don't think that we really need it. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out and delete the bottom header. All right. And sometimes, guys, you see how I changed the height and it didn't work? It's because you need to actually publish it and then view the page. Some of the settings when you're working on it require like you to publish, close, and then go look at the site, and then it'll show up. Sometimes, just depends on, you know, how it happens. So right here, mobile header height. You guys can get an example of how this looks on mobile. And we can also change the icon. So you guys, I mean, it's just so incredible. We can change all these settings right here. And right here, you guys can do like header elements. You guys can decide like which one comes first or second by kind of like just, you know, dragging and dropping it. So right here, when they click on this menu, it's going to basically show up how you want it to show up right there. But I would leave it by default. You know, you can always make a separate custom menu, but what's the point? You know, it's not really necessary. Going back here, sticky header, you guys can add a sticky header to this if you guys want. I personally don't really think that you really need a sticky header too much. It's, you know, it's really up to you. If you want to add a sticky header, you guys can add like a top bar sticky on scroll. So the sticky header, guys, is when you scroll down and you start and you see things, the sticky header will show up as a secondary menu. Okay, going back down here, drop down style. So this might be needed. Now, when you actually click on something and it has a drop down menu, like we talked about before, you can actually decorate the background of that drop down menu. So let me see if we can give you guys an example. So right here we have shop and we have this section. So if I want to go ahead and decorate this, I can go ahead and change the actual drop down menu color. So the drop down style, guys, fully controls the drop down section of when someone hovers over your menu. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and go through this. You know, I'm not going to really go through these settings because this is just, you know, repetitiveness, you know, the radius, make it circular or whatever. You guys understand the point. Buttons, this will actually correspond to these buttons right here. Any buttons that you put in your header will correspond to the header section. Your account section, you can actually make your account section a little bit more customizable. I don't have the My Account section here added, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and add it in right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it right there. So now I've added the My Account section. Now if I click on these right here, now it's going to correspond to the account. So that's basically how you would customize the account. You must use the account module in order for that to work. All right, now cart right here. So this will actually control how the cart icon looks. So right here, if I go to cart and add it in, you can now basically display the cart, and you can always change the way it looks. And, you know, see, you know, how that works. Maybe adding it up to here might be a little bit more, you know, it look a little bit more nicer, and it displays your products really nicely. So it's a really good feature. So you guys basically get a quick concept of all these modules right here. I'm not going to go through each and every one. So you guys kind of get that. But next we have our style right here. So here we have colors. You guys can change the colors of the website to something that will fit your need. Secondary color, success color, and the widget color. So earlier how we talked about how those buttons corresponded to something like secondary, success, alert, you can basically control that here. Also for the base color right here, you guys can go ahead and change the base color right here for anything. But again, you can always change all of these a little bit later. For links as well, you can change the links. And if someone hovers over the links, it'll actually change to that color. So see guys right here how it's a little bit darker because that was the hover over link color. And shop colors, you guys can go ahead and change the sale bubble. You guys can change all sorts of really cool stuff. So for example, right here we have sale, and right here we can change the color of it to something like red. And again, if it doesn't work for you guys, it would basically just have to save it and then just close it and check it out. You can also change the color for the review stars and also for the new bubble. So all of that we can change. I'm gonna go over here and click on publish. Going back over here, again, you guys can change the typography of something. So for example, right here, we can change the typography of like the headers. So for example, we have the header section like that controls the H1 section. So remember you guys set like an H1, H2, H3, H4. So see right here how it says this will change the font for it. So right here, you guys can see the font has changed because this is an H1 section. Now, if we want to change just the base text section, we can do something like this section or this font or whatever. And you know, you guys can kind of get the idea of how that works. You guys can also change the size. But again, remember, this is a universal setting. So this will actually change it for mostly all of them. So I recommend to be very, you know, cautious when you do that. So let's change this to something a little bit more regular, base color or base. I don't know. We'll do. I think a good one's like Lato. Lato and Roboto are pretty good. You know, I like Lato and Roboto for most of them just because they're really clean. Lato, Roboto, and before we had to use Google Fonts, but now we actually have this embedded in the theme, which makes it a lot easier. And you guys can kind of go through these and kind of check these out, like, you know, if you want uppercase or whatever. But again, remember, this is universal, so this will change it to all of the settings. And navigation, this is going to basically control the navigation menu up here as well. And again, you guys can always change it to, like, you know, bold, italicized, or, you know, ultra super light, or whatever you guys want. So I'm not going to go through all of these. You know, you guys kind of I get it. And again, if it doesn't change, make sure to actually save it, and then to so save it or publish it, and then go ahead and check it again if it doesn't work. Okay. All right. So that is all about typography. Again, it's a very important part because many people would probably want to go ahead and change how all this looks on their website. So headlines, again, you guys can see this is all changed. So it looks really, you know, it looks really ugly. That's a really ugly font. Okay, so you guys get the idea. You guys get the point. All right, publish. I'm gonna go back, custom CSS. If you are not a developer, don't worry about it. Image lightbox. You guys can change the background color of the lightbox. So for example, when someone clicks on the image and it pops up with your product, you can change the background color for it right there. Pretty cool. So we've basically done all the options, guys. We've done the layout, we've done the shop, the pages, the menus. This is basically the menu up here. It's just a different way how you can assign more than one menu. Many of us won't assign more than one menu. Sharing social icons. If you guys choose to have social icons, you guys can use this short code. But quite frankly, I don't really think that's ever needed because there's also modules for this kind of stuff. But if you guys want to have these social icons, you can use this short code and it will display these specific social icons. And you guys can kind of decorate it, etc. So if you guys choose to, like, if you guys want to add social icons anywhere, you just need to add this short code, share anywhere, and then here you can just display the type of icons. Okay, so remember, short code is like this little thing right here. So that's a short code. You can just paste that into any section where you want to display social icons. WooCommerce, we have a store notice right here. This is more for the WooCommerce settings, but you know, you guys can also access it in the theme customizer. So we have this little store notice, and this will display at the bottom of your website when someone comes to your website. But I don't want it enabled. So yeah, product catalogs. You guys can show. You guys can show either categories. You guys can show product and categories, or you guys can just show products or whatever you want to do. Remember how earlier I talked about how you can just show categories, and that's in the WooCommerce settings. So basically, when someone comes to your shop page, you can have it like this right here, where you have like men's or women's. And if someone clicks on that category, it will take them to a list of all of those products. So it's just another way how you guys can design your shop. If you want just categories, you can do categories. But I think the best one to do is probably products, because it's one less button to click. You know what I mean? It's like you just click on it and you go there. So that's what I personally recommend. Product images, you guys can always go ahead and change the images. However, this theme has custom image sizing, so you won't need to really even bother with that. All right. Going back over here, we have additional CSS, which is developer stuff, and then reset the theme options, which will reset everything back to normal view. So that's a quick rundown, guys, of the theme options. Pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. Really quickly, I want to go ahead and talk more about the design of the site, and then we're going to talk about mobile optimization, and then we are going to talk about the WooCommerce settings, and then congratulations, guys. You guys are going to be on your way to creating an e-commerce website. All right, guys. So in this small section right here, I actually want to show you guys how I added the wishlist section. So on your products right here, there's this little heart right here that says add to wishlist. Now, this is simply done with a plugin. So if you guys want to add this to your website, I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. And again, people can go ahead and click on add to wishlist, and then they can browse their wishlist, and then it can actually display all of the wishlist products in their account right here. So it's another really cool way to kind of encourage engagement on your e-commerce websites. And, it's just good to have in general, why not? So I'm going to go over to my website right here, and I'm going to quickly go ahead and install this plugin. So I'm going to go to my dashboard, plugins, and go to add new. And right here, simply type in wishlist. So again, remember, plugins are just added features for your websites, like little things like, compare and wishlist. They have this wishlist plugin. They just have so many plugins for WordPress, but the one we are going to use is this one right here, WITH WooCommerce wishlist, and click on install now. All right, click on activate. And the great part is this will integrate with your account. So right here, they have like a premium version. Now you guys do not have to install it. So right here, we click on dismiss, but remember, that's how most of these developers make money, because they offer the plugin for free, but they also want to make money too. So they offer like a premium version of stuff. So right here under the WITH WooCommerce wishlist, I'm gonna click on settings. And here are some basic settings for this plugin. Now, you guys don't have to, change all this. You guys can, change it if you want, but, most of this stuff is pretty standard. I mean, you can change like the product added text, add to cart, but why would you do that? Just keep everything basic. They have some other things, like if you want to share it on Facebook, etc. Right here, my wishlist on e-commerce tutorial. I recommend leaving this because this will actually give the ability for the customer to share their wish list on social media. So I'm going to click on save changes, and guys, that is basically it. So now let's go ahead and view our products. And of course, right here now we see we have the wish list, and they can add it to the wish list. And if they click it again, it's actually going to take them to their account where they can actually browse the wish list. So it'll bring them something like that. And then right here, they have some social icons there at the bottom. So this was just a small, quick tutorial on how to add the wish list. Also, I did talk about the theme customizer. Now, Flatsome does have a theme customizer, an advanced theme customizer. Now, many of the stuff in here, it's really not needed for, I would say, 95% of you all. But for those of you who want to do custom CSS, if you're a developer, this is where you're going to enter it. A site loader, this will basically enable a site loader. I don't really recommend it because Siteground is really fast anyways. We don't really need it. Site search, you want to enable live search for your products, etc. So these guys are pretty self-explanatory. Like the UX builder, I don't know why anyone would leave that unchecked. That basically takes off the Flatsome Studio. So they do have some other options right here. Many of them are not necessary, and I don't recommend most of these except for the Google APIs. But we'll talk more about the Google APIs in a different tutorial on my YouTube channel. So for this specific e-commerce tutorial, we're not going to talk about it. But again, setting it up takes about 5 minutes. You just need to create a Gmail account, add an API key, and it's all set up, okay? And again, if you guys need the setup wizard, the setup wizard is right here. And this will basically run the setup wizard all over again in case you guys want like the child theme or the plugins installed, etc. But again, Most of you don't need the child theme, and most of you shouldn't use those plugins because they're just not ideal, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the tutorial, which I wanted to add in this quick section on the Flatsome section and also the wish list. Many people who actually watch my tutorials are kind of like, man, I didn't really think I can do this. I thought I had to do coding. A lot of people were much older, like 60 plus, you know? So, you know, if you guys are this far, congratulations. So next, let's go ahead and make our About Us page really quickly. And I'm gonna do this because I kind of wanna show you guys how mobile optimization works as well. Okay guys, in this section, we're gonna create the About Us page. After that, we're gonna create the Contact Us page and contact form. And then we're gonna focus on mobile optimization to make sure your site is fully mobile optimized. So all you have to do now is just kind of sit back, relax, and you know, just let me work, let the pro do it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how to basically make a quick About Us page. So right here, I'm just gonna go ahead and do something like a slider. All right, right here, I'm gonna add a quick banner, and then I'm going to just basically put in one of these. And guys, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. So there's tons of different ways how you guys can just kind of make something yourself. So over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this button. And I wanna actually add in a background image here. So right here, I'm gonna add in a background, and I'm just gonna simply select something really quickly. I'll enter in something like this right here. And I want to add a quick overlay. Let's see here. Let's do this color right here, or let's add this color. Then I'll go ahead and reduce the transparency. Now here, I'll go ahead and just delete this. And I want to add in a title. So right here, I'll put something like About. About Us. I'll make this bigger. And then we'll go ahead and reduce the size of this banner because the height of it's just a little bit too big. So we'll make it a little bit smaller. You know, just something to introduce the next section or something. So then here, I'll go ahead and add in a quick template. Or we can use something from, we can always use stuff, guys, from other templates and then kind of just mix and match stuff. So for example, let's just say I want to go ahead and import this section. All right, it is importing. But I don't really want this headline right here. So right here, I can click on this right here. I can change it, or I can go back over here and simply just delete this right here, because I just don't want it. And then the divider right here, same thing. And then right here, I guess you can say this looks good. We can always change whatever we want right here. You know, it's pretty simple. I want to add in another section right here, and I'll go ahead and I'll probably just leave that right here. I want to click on this and add in a Flatsome Studio. For the About Us section right here, I'm just going to select something like this right here and import it. All right, it is imported. See how easy it is, guys, to make a website? Like, this is just like so easy. Like, the About Us page is already done, and all I need to do now is just click on Open Text Editor and just simply change whatever text I want right there. So I was being a little glitchy there. Let's see right here. So right here, we'll just change it like this. We can change it like about our company. And then here, you know, we can add something in, but you know, I just think this is really simple. You know, it's a quick About Us page. We don't need to do anything with it. Now, the main reason why I made this was because I wanted to show you how mobile optimization works. So right here, we have desktop. Now right here, we have tablet. So this is what it looks like on a tablet. This is what it looks like on a phone right here. Now, if you guys want to make any changes to it, you'll need to basically make the changes to it, and then you can, you know, see how it looks on your phone. So for example, we have this section right here. We have this banner. Now guys, we talked about visibility earlier. Remember how I brought it up? We don't really need this section for mobile. I mean, do we really need this picture to show up for mobile? No, we don't. So right here, I want to do hidden for mobile because, or I'm sorry, only for desktop. So that means that you guys can see it disappeared because on mobile devices, it's not going to show up because we don't really need that image to show up. So that's an example of, how you can use the visibility section to kind of get rid of stuff you don't really want, And let's just say, for instance, we want this section to be a little bit bigger. So right here under the size, we can make it a little bit bigger or smaller. So maybe smaller like that. And then, for this banner section, I'm going to go ahead and reduce the height even more like that. So this is what it's going to look like on our mobile device, and it's fully optimized. I think it looks good. Let's see how it looks like on a tablet now. So I'm going to click on tablet, and right now you guys can see that this kind of looks weird because this column right here is not displaying anything at all. So maybe we need to go ahead and change this column. So right here, I'm going to go only for desktop as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just hide that. I don't think that looks good. For this banner section, we can probably just get rid of this too, guys, for visibility. So for this right here, we can just do only for desktop as well. We don't have to have it. We can always make a new section right here, such as here. I'll go ahead and add in a new section. We can get even more customizable. So maybe we want to go ahead and add in something like this right here, team sliders. This is where you can display like your team or something, etc. Now for this section right here, this looks really good. Now I want just to display this just for the tablet only. So right here, only for tablet. So right here, this section right here is displaying for mobile. This section right here is displaying it for the tablet. And then this section like this is displaying it for the computer. So the mobile optimization, guys, is amazing. So if you guys want to have a different site just for mobile users, you can do that. So that's a good example of mobile optimization. We'll check out our other homepage once we're done with our contact section. So right here, I'm going to add in a quick contact section. We'll go ahead and edit with the UX builder. And then right here, we can do the same thing. In fact, we can actually just use one of their templates. So right here under add to contents, I'm going to go to Flatsome Studio and go to contact. And they have various contact forms that we can use. So they have like something like this, really simple, really easy. You can also go to their full pages right here. And so we just go ahead and browse around. And since they have such a large amount of templates and resources, I would highly recommend to use their templates because let's be honest, these guys are probably designers or better designers than you are. And you kind of just want to borrow their work. Hey, this is really nice. I want to use it. So I'm going to go ahead and just go to our, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the, let's see what we can do here. We'll do something like a quick banner right here. Maybe right here, we'll go ahead and just import this section. We'll use this header only. So I just kind of want to use that header. I don't want to use this other stuff, and I'll delete the buttons. So right here, this banner, I'll go ahead and delete it. And I'll go ahead also and delete these buttons right here because I don't really need these buttons on a contact us page. And then here, I'll just add in something like contact us. And then we can add in some dummy text below that. Click on OK. Then right here, we'll click on the Flatsome Studio again, and maybe just add in something like a call to action, or not call to action. We'll add in something like a contact form right here, where we can go ahead and just simply, we'll add in something like looks like this right here. This one looks really nice. And you guys can always add in like content in between it. So right here, the contact form is not found because we need to actually select the contact form. So there you go. We have selected the contact form. This section right here is some padding that we don't really need. So we can either extend this row on the column, or we can just go ahead and delete it as well. It's up to you. I think we should probably just see what we can do here. We can actually increase this to full, and then also increase this banner right here to full as well to kind of give it that full extension look. So we'll do this last one right here. Now that I think about it, it's not that nice of a contact form. So maybe you want to go ahead and redo this one. I'm not satisfied with this. So I don't think it looks great. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete this whole section right here. And then we'll try it again. We'll add in another contact form. And let's see right here. You guys can tell I am not on a script. I know WordPress so well that I don't really need to use a script. I have seen other YouTubers who use scripts, but personally, I don't need it because I think it's very simple to understand.
So here we'll do contact form 1. And maybe in the middle, you guys want to add like some content, you know? So under the Flatsome Studio, under the About, they do have some just like demo content you can add, something like this right here. This is totally doable right here. So maybe like about us, and then simply add in your content right there. And then we'll click on update. Now, is this optimized for mobile? Let's quickly check it. It is updating. Let's see if we can check it really quick. So for mobile or for tablet, it looks just about fine. And also let's take a look at mobile right here. So again, guys, the visibility, you know, some sections just aren't needed, you know. This section right here, we probably don't need this text right here. This text right here is probably just, you know, not necessary. So we can just kind of leave it like that for mobile users. But when you guys are editing your website, you kind of need to go throughout the entire website and optimize it for mobile, guys, because Google will actually penalize you now if you don't have it fully optimized for mobile, because they recognize that there are more mobile users than there are desktop users. So let's go ahead and check out our homepage. We never checked out our homepage, and I guarantee you there's probably at least one thing that needs to be changed here. So tablet, let's go and take a look. And that's why I love their templates. Their templates are already fully optimized, so it's really cool. So there is probably one thing we need to change here, which is the spacing right here with our form right here for our text box. So we can add in some padding right here. Let's see here. Or we can change it up a little bit. Maybe add in some negative or like that. There you go. So that's a little bit better. All right, so we added some negative margin. I'm gonna update it. And I think it all looks good for mobile, guys. So it's a fully responsive website. It looks great. Now, lastly, let's check how it looks like on a mobile phone. So huge sale. We can probably reduce the size of this. We don't need it to be that large. So we can reduce the size of that. Okay, seeing else we got. Products look great. The sign up form looks great. Instagram looks great. And then right here, we probably just need to reduce the size of this guy to something just a little bit smaller. You know, we can add it like a smaller heading or something to kind of make it a little bit smaller. And then we can also position the text to a certain other position we want it to be. So maybe something like that. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. All right, maybe something like that. You know, something, you know, you guys get the point. You know, just kind of tinker around with it. Make sure it's optimized for mobile. So now when people come to your site, they're just going to see huge sale up to 70% off. And I think that's fully optimized right there. So again, I think this site looks great. So guys, you know, we've basically created the entire website. Now, the last thing we need to do is I just want to make sure the contact form's working. So contact us. I'm going to go ahead and put in my email right here. Best website ever. Click on send. Now, if it doesn't send directly to your inbox, guys, just check the email of the settings of where the email is going to. So right here, I'm going to refresh, and there you go. Howdy. Awesome. Congratulations. So the contact form is fully working, guys. So again, you guys are amazing for making this far. By now, you guys know how to upload products. You guys know how to do all of the technical stuff. Now we're going to go ahead and move to the next setting, where we're going to talk about the WooCommerce options, which is the very last settings, guys. This stuff's so easy. So pat yourself on the back.
All right, guys, the last and final section, the WooCommerce settings. So first, we're going to do a little bit more of the general WooCommerce settings. Then we're going to talk about taxes and shipping. We're also going to talk about checkout methods. And lastly, we're going to talk about coupons. So I'll see you all there. So let's go ahead and go to our WooCommerce settings. Now I'm going to go ahead and just close all these because we are done. We're done with all this stuff. So next, let's go ahead and go to WooCommerce and go to settings. So right here, you're going to put in your store address. You're going to put what countries are you selling to. Now, guys, I also have a full WooCommerce tutorial that's an hour and a half long. So I'm going to quickly go over basically like the essentials. But if you want to get very, very advanced, such as like discounted shipping and stuff like that, I have a full tutorial on it. So it is an hour and a half long, but it's everything you need. So after you watch it, you'll be like, good. But for most of us, we'll just go ahead and go through these options. So right here, you know, what countries are you selling to? You can actually restrict the countries that you want to sell to. So for example, sell to all countries except for maybe, who's the bad guy today?
Bam, Marshall Islands. Marshall Islands, we are not selling to you. Shipping locations, ship to all countries you want to sell to. You can leave that there. Geolocate, which I highly recommend. Enable taxes and taxes. Go ahead and leave that. And that's basically our general settings right there. Pretty simple, not too hard. Products. So right here, we have our products on our shop page. And a lot of the settings, guys, when we first entered with WooCommerce, these are basically everything all over again. So if you want to go ahead and change stuff, you can change it again here. And this stuff is pretty simple to understand, like enabling product reviews. Reviews can be left by only verified owners, which I recommend because you don't want people to buy stuff on your site, or I'm sorry, people not to buy stuff on your site that's giving reviews, right? That would make no sense. So let's go ahead and talk about something else a little bit more complicated, like tax. So tax is, it can be a little complicated, guys. Now, there is a tutorial on my WooCommerce tutorial you guys can watch. But for those of you who want to just kind of learn about what taxes are and how they work, let's just go ahead and do that. I'm going to set a tax rate now. So for example, we have the United States. There it is, United States. And let's say we're selling in California. So California, the tax rate there is around 9 points, or we'll just put 8.25. I'm not really sure of the tax rate in California. Now, is shipping taxable? If shipping is taxable, you're going to leave that checked. Can you tax for the shipping and the products together? If you can, you're going to put compound. And again, you guys can always read what it is right here as well. And then right here, you can click on Save Changes. Now, what is reduce rate? Well, reduce rate is basically saying, are there certain areas that have a reduced rate tax probably within that state or city? So for example, not every county in California has a sales tax of around 8.25. And there's also 0 sales tax. So what this is, guys, it's basically categories for taxes. So like, just like we did men's, women's, and accessories, this is the same exact thing. So standard rates, reduced rates, and 0 rates. Now, you guys can go to tax options. Now, if you guys are selling in a specific state like California or Arizona, you're going to be charging sales tax based off where you're from. However, in certain states, it is recommended that you charge sales tax based off where people are buying from. So that can be a little complicated. So that's really why I recommend doing the automated taxes for your WooCommerce website. Okay. So here we have, do you want to base tax where they are shipping from or their billing address? Probably their shipping address, right? That makes the most sense. Right here, display prices in the tax, or I'm sorry, in the shop, excluding tax or including tax. Let's do excluding. We don't need to tell them the tax rate because it just makes our prices look a little higher, right? We don't need to do that. Display prices during cart and checkout? No. I'm just going to go and say, no, we'll just do it excluding tax. They can always look at the tax as they're checking out on the last page. Scrolling up over here, I'm click on save. So you guys can go ahead and go through your standard rates and set up specific tax rates for specific places, or you guys can go ahead and use automated taxes, which I highly recommend. If you guys don't know if you are subject to origin-based or the origin-based or I think state-based, I have an article you guys can read from TaxJar that will basically tell you what kind of tax you should be charging for your products. And if you guys are selling digital products, especially in California, there is no sales tax. However, some states have sales tax for digital products. So while I cannot sit there and recommend, I can't go through every state, I will leave resources for you guys. So just simply go ahead and look for your state. I think right here, you guys can just simply do a quick one on TaxJar. So TaxJar sales tax. Now this is if you choose not to have, if you choose not to have automated sales tax. So right here, for example, let's say you're in Nevada, their sales tax rate is 6.85%. Another state, Montana, would be 0 sales tax. That's pretty crazy. We in California right here have 7.25, but I think it's raised. I think it was like 9% or something like that. Maybe they didn't update it or something like that. So you guys can use TaxJar as a resource for helping you guys understand tax. See by origin based. And then another thing I want to show is origin based versus destination based. So depending on your states, you're going to charge sales tax either where you are based out of, like here. So I would be charging the same rate no matter where I go or no matter where I charge. However, if I'm from these states right here, I'm going to be charging sales tax based off where they are purchasing the product from. So it's pretty simple. Just go through this and you'll get it. And also just do the automated shipping, guys. It'll make your life way easier. So that's a quick rundown of taxes. It's very dynamic. There's a lot of ways you can go with it. And I highly recommend reading those articles about taxes, okay? Shipping. All right, so you must have shipping set, guys. If you don't have shipping sets, it's not gonna work. So right here, we have United States. And I'm gonna click on Edit. So by default, it's actually doing the automated shipping. So this right here is all automated. We don't need to do anything else. Everything is done for us. Now, let's just say you don't want it automated, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and delete automated shipping because maybe some of you don't want automated shipping rates, which is crazy because it'll make your life easier. But I'm going to just basically add a shipping zone and show you how to do it from scratch. So right here, USA. And I want to do United States. United. Oh, someone's leaving stuff on my website. Oh, cool. That is nice. All right, so United States right here. Can we close that? Okay. All right, so right here, I want to add a shipping method. Now, what kind of shipping do I want to charge? I can charge a flat rate, I can charge free shipping, or I can charge local pickup. Now we can use this in combination. So for example, someone who spends less than $50, we can give them free shipping. I'm sorry, yeah, is that right? Yeah, so let me just give you an example. Flat rate. All right, so what's the flat rate? How much do you want to charge for shipping? I want to charge $10 for shipping, no matter what. Now there is other things that we can do that like you can do quantity and fee and cost, and you can charge per item. You can be a little bit more more in control. However, that tutorial, guys, is in the description of this video because I'm not going to go really far in depth on dynamic shipping cost because I have a tutorial on it already for you guys because I love you guys so much. So here, the cost right here is $10. So now I'm basically saying cost is $10 to ship. That's it. And let's just say I want to add in another shipping method. So let's go ahead and say, okay, add a shipping method. And I want to provide free shipping. And I want to provide free shipping for certain people. So free shipping requires what? A valid shipping coupon, which we'll talk about in just a second, a minimum order amount, or a coupon, or both. Well, I'm just going to say under $50, they'll get free shipping, or a minimum order of $50 and they will get free shipping. So that is pretty self-explanatory. So shipping options and shipping classes, we're not actually going to cover this because, again, I have a full tutorial on shipping classes and packages and shipping labels and all that other stuff in the description of this video, and it will really help you guys out, okay? But for those of you who are just using basic shipping, that's all you need is a flat rate and free shipping. That's really all you need, guys. You guys can, you know, sell something else, or I'm sorry, change it to whatever you want, but most of us, 80% of us are just gonna use a flat rate or free shipping. So let's go ahead now and test our store. Let's see if our store is actually working. So here I'm gonna go to view the cart, and by now our taxes and our shipping should be working. So scrolling down here, we have our flat rate shipping of $10, but since they spent more than $50, they can qualify for free shipping. And right here, you can see the taxes are calculated. And if they go to proceed to checkout, they can simply route to this page right here where they can go ahead and check out and place the order. Now we need to set some payment processors. So we don't have PayPal set up and we don't have Stripe set up. And hopefully you guys are using my recommended hosting so then you guys can have a simple and automated checkout process for your customers. So here I'm gonna go to my dashboard, WooCommerce, and settings. And here I'm gonna go to our checkout. And I wanna go ahead and click on PayPal. And I'm going to enable PayPal. Now, guys, PayPal is a free service. It's super simple to use, so I highly recommend it. So here's PayPal, and you guys can click on Get Started, and you guys can just, you know, sign up. And you guys can use a personal account or a business account. Either one you guys can use. You guys can use the free service right here, like the PayPal standard, which doesn't charge you anything at all, which I recommend. And once you're done going through the process of setting up your PayPal account and all that stuff, all you need to do is just simply take your PayPal email address and simply paste it right here. And make sure PayPal standard is enabled. And every time someone purchases your products, it will go directly to your PayPal account, and you can withdraw it anytime you want and have a fully automated business. So here I'm gonna go to Save Changes. Next, we're gonna go to Stripe, and Stripe is the #1 recommended service. I highly recommend that you guys use Stripe. So let's go ahead now and go to Stripe really quick. So I'm gonna go to Google and go to Stripe, and Stripe has lower fees than PayPal. So right here, I'm gonna click on Stripe and go to my dashboard. So you will need to make an account with Stripe. It's free, it's very easy. And once you guys are here, I'm basically gonna let you guys know what to do. So you guys can go ahead and go to your profile. Now you guys will need a bank account, because what they do is they basically send over payments from this right here to your bank account automatically. And you guys can always change it. You guys can make it go to your bank account daily. You can basically make it however you want it to make. And it's really, really simple. But I want to show you how you can get money from your websites to Stripe. So right here, we have APIs. And I want to go ahead and view test data. So you see this key right here, publishable key. I want to take this and I want to put it right here where it says publishable key. Now over here, I want to go ahead and take this key right here. This is a fake account. It's not a real one. It's just my, it's my secret demo, my demo account. So here, I'm going to take this and copy it and simply go ahead and paste that right there. And I want to go ahead and click on Save Changes. So let's see if this works. So let's go ahead and go to our website, and I'm actually going to buy $2,000 worth of items right now. So this is where it's getting crazy. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and say, okay, now you guys see we have the buy now option. Now, if you have Stripe enabled, people can actually click on that and go directly to your website and check out immediately. And they can do that for any single product. Now you can always disable that in the Stripe settings as well if you'd like, but I think that looks pretty cool. But anyways, I'm gonna go to proceed to checkout. And then right here, we have Stripe. Now right here, I'm gonna just put in my secret credit card. There we go. It is secrets. And then 1, 2, 3. So everything looks good right here. We have let's go ahead and put our first name, last name, everything else. So we have our demo information right here. And then, I need to enter this all over again. All right. And then right here, we'll enter this in, and then 1, 2, 3. Now, when your customers are ready to check out, we're gonna go click on Place Order. Now, right now, the credit card is processing, so we're just waiting for it to process. All right. So there you go. Congratulations. We have successfully checked out with Stripe, and you made money. That's it. That's how easy it is. And over here, if we go to our events, you can see that it was logged in. So a successful payment was made for $2,268.76. And it will show up right here in your account. So right here today, 2,000 blah, 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 blah. And of course, you guys want to go to your profile and make sure that your bank account is enabled, because they will need bank account information. So you guys can just go ahead and, just contact Stripe guys and just say, hey, what do I need to do to get my money out? And it's pretty simple, the balance right here. And they got to tell you, like, it's all automated. So like right here, you can expect your payment February 22nd. Super easy to set up, guys. So if you want to make this live, you're going to click on this right here. Now under API, the testing is gone. So right now, if you click on all this stuff right here and you go back to your settings, it's going to be live. So let me give you an example of how to do that, just to make sure you understand how that works. WooCommerce, settings. Let's see here, settings. And then right here we have, checkout. And we have Stripe. So right here, we're going to uncheck that. And now this is live publishable key. So right here, you can see this is publishable key and the secret key. You're just going to do the same exact thing, copy and paste it, and simply put it right there. And also we have inline credit form. So it's just a nicer way to decorate the form for Stripe. And then if you decide to get rid of those buttons, you can take off the button payment requests, and also, like, charge capture immediately, whatever. No, you probably won't leave that on actually. That makes more sense. But right here, if you don't want those buy now buttons, you can disable that and those will disappear as well. So let's go ahead and check our email to see if our purchase actually went through. So I'm gonna go to my email really quick. And right here, you can see that it says a new customer order. So right here, a new customer order. And then right here, we have our receipt as well. And this will go to the customer. So thank you for your order. And this is gonna go to your customer. So lastly, guys, let's just make sure that we know how to decorate those emails. So we've done checkouts. Let's go to accounts right here. And again, guys, this is like, your account page. Generally, this is for themes that don't really offer much, but since our theme offers a lot, we don't need to really mess with this because this is just like permalinks and stuff. So right here, let's go to emails. And we can always decorate the emails. So right here, where it says from name, you can go ahead and put your shop name right there. From the address, you're gonna put your shop address. Header image, so where do you get this from? If you want to display a logo on your site, you need to go to your media and go to library. Now you're gonna go ahead and select an image and probably your logo. So usually, you probably got it from Fiverr.com or wherever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add in a quick logo right here. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can find something really good, really quick. Maybe something on my downloads or something. See if I can find something here. All right, I'm just gonna use this right here. The money sign, money. It's all about money. Everything's all about money, So this is a very large image, guys. So this is not the best idea to use. Let me see if I can find something a little bit smaller. I can find a little bit smaller image. We'll use this one right here, okay? So let's just pretend this is your logo. You're gonna go ahead and copy this URL right here, okay? Now, if you want to know sizing for logos, I would say 450 by 450 or 500 by 500. Either way, it's good. So WooCommerce and go to settings. Now right here under emails, I'm going to go ahead and paste that right there. Now footer text, you can put whatever footer text like, thanks for the purchase. And then the site title right here will display. I want to change the base color to something else a little bit more, better. That was a really ugly color, by default. Background color, body color, and text color. Now, if you want to see a preview of it, I'm going to click on Save Changes, and we can actually see a preview of it right here. So there's the image, of course, way too big, and then there's that template. And then right here, e-commerce tutorial. Thanks for your purchase. Okay. So if you guys are looking for a specific, actually, no, let's do something really quick. Let's just grab my logo from the internet. Darrel Wilson logo. And then images, that's me right there. I'm sure we can find my logo on here somewhere. There it is. So 512 by 512. It can be a little big, but I think that will work. So right here, I'm gonna go to save image as. Actually, no, we'll go to link address. Oh man, let's see if we can find it here, huh? There we go. All right. So I'm going to upload this really quick just to give you guys a better example of that. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and go to my media and add new and simply just go ahead and add in my logo. So 512, it's like, I think the Flatsome logo, like something a little bit more skinnier, is probably just a little better. Let's see right here. I think it's under my downloads. Did I pass it? Let's see here. Oh, there it is. There we go. We got it. We're in luck. Okay. So clicking on media again, we can find my logo and then click on copy. Go back to WooCommerce and settings and simply add that logo in. So right here, let's go to emails and then we're going to go ahead and put that right there. All right. And then we can save it and then we can preview it, so people can see how it looks on an email. A little too big, maybe something a little bit smaller, guys, but you guys get the point, So you guys might want to reduce the size of it. The actual e-commerce, the logo that from Flatsome was a really good size. I think it was like 300 by something. If you guys do get the Flatsome theme, of course, you guys have it. You guys can look at the logo size or just ask someone, hey, what size should I use the logo? And they can actually run it through there and you guys can kind of get it. So guys, I think that's basically the entire tutorial. I think I covered basically everything. So hopefully by now you guys can have your e-commerce website running. The last thing I want to talk about before I let you go is coupons, which is really, really, really simple. So if you guys want to learn how to make coupons, it's almost like foolproof. So right here, coupon, plus new coupon. I'm going to put Patty. And this gives 50% off. So we can have a percentage discount off the carts, a fixed cart discount, such as a dollar amount, or a fixed product discount off a specific product. But generally, you might want like something like 10% off, right? Coupon amounts, we'll just do like 10%, or we'll do 50. Let's get aggressive here. Does this give free shipping? If it does, click on that. If not, don't press anything. When does this expire? Well, I'm gonna say you only have a week to use this. And guys, this is great for email campaigns, whatever. It's great. Usage restrictions. So minimum spend, how much do they have to spend for this coupon to work? Well, I'm gonna say 50 bucks. What's the maximum? Well, there is no maximum. You guys can spend as much as you want. Check this box if this cannot be used in conjunction with other coupons. So can this stack with other coupons? I don't want this to stack with other coupons, so I'm gonna put check. Does this also apply for on sale items? Well, I'm gonna say this does not apply for on sale items. Here, you can go ahead and list a specific product. So like, you can put like a woman's specific shirt. Now this is if you selected or if you want a specific product, and you can also exclude products from your sale. The same thing with categories. You can include categories or you can exclude categories from your sale. Lastly is usage limits. Usage limit per coupon. So how many times can this coupon be used? Well, I'm gonna say 100. Limit usage to X items. So how many specific times can a coupon be used for a specific item? I'm going to leave that blank because I'm not really selecting items. And usage limit per user. So how many times can a specific person use that coupon? I'm going to say only twice and go to update. All right. So before I let you go, let's go ahead now and test this out. Let's go ahead and have some fun here. I'm gonna go to shop. And let's go ahead and add in, we're gonna add in this, we're gonna add in this, and this, and yeah, oh, I have to select something like that. Okay, add to cart. All right, and I'm gonna go to view the cart. Okay, so we have our, oh, look, coupon. Look at that. So ours was Patty. So right here, I'm gonna type in Patty and apply the coupon. Now, this should give me 50% off all of my items. So right now, the total is $250.89. Click on apply coupon. And voila. Now we have $130.45. And they can click on proceed to checkout. And then here, they can go ahead and purchase all of their products right here. So congratulations, guys. By now, you guys know everything that I know on how to basically create an e-commerce website. So give yourself a big applause. You guys made it. You guys have a favorite beer. Now is the time to buy it because you guys now know how to build e-commerce websites. You know more than most people out there. A lot of people out there think that this stuff is super complicated, and it's really not, guys. This stuff was super easy. We had a lot of fun, and now you guys owe me beer. So my favorite beer is Modelo. All right, and if you guys are buying champagne, it is Corbel. I know I like the cheap stuff. The cheap stuff's really good. So again, guys, I hope that was really helpful. If you guys need any help, just refer back to the sections of this video. If you guys need help linking categories or product categories or anything, feel free to let me know in the comments. Just let me know if you guys need help. More than welcome to help anybody out there. This stuff's pretty simple and pretty easy to understand. Okay. So make sure to like this video, make sure to share it, and I will see you all later. Congratulations.